Oops. And here we go. Hey, everybody. I see a Laura Bones and a Green Badger outdoors in my chat. And the main reason I haven't said hello to anybody else in the live chat is because they're in Discord with me. Say hi, Batman.
Hi, Batman.
Say hi, Mitch.
Yo.
Say hey, baby.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Ronan
All right.
is...
You were talking to Ronan, sorry.
I was talking to Ronan. You silly shit. Alright, today we're going to go through 3 Old Time Radio Christmas specials. So before I start that, let me update. Let me do the one thing I keep forgetting to do. And that is update the...
Well timed, Mitch.
Yep. I haven't been forgetting to do that lately, unfortunately.
I was working on the timing on that one.
Apparently, me and the dog have been competing for who's the most gaseous, but I'm you know. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mitch, apparently, public consensus is that you're a scruffy twat.
This is
really?
true.
Well, you know, we wouldn't have him any other way.
Where is the dog?
Wait. Who are you calling Scruffy?
Uh-oh. Alright, the first one on the list, now that the description has been updated, is Sherlock Holmes. Now, a little bit of history behind this little old-time show. The New Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The New Adventures of Sherlock Holmes was an old-time radio show which aired in the United States from October 2nd of 1939 to July 7th of 1947. Originally, the show starred Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson. Together, they starred in 220 episodes, which aired weekly on Mondays from 8:30 to 9 p.m. Bromo Quinine sponsored some of the earlier programs on the NBC Blue Network, and for a period, Parker Penn was the sponsor. The show first aired on the Blue Network, but later moved to the Mutual Broadcasting System. Basil Rathbone's last episode as the famous detective was the singular affair of the Baconian cipher. He was eager to separate himself from the cast type of Holmes, and even though the show's sponsor, Petri Wine, offered him generous pay to continue, he decided to move on. Once he did, the sponsor did as well, and Tom Conway took the starring role, though Tom Conway took the starring role, though Nigel Bruce got top billing and was always announced first. The new sponsor was Kreml Hair Tonic for Men, and the new series lasted 39 episodes. With Rathbone and Bruce, the show exhibited an interesting introduction. The sponsor's spokesman would show up weekly at Dr. Watson's house, then retired and living in California, and share a story about Sherlock Holmes and his adventures over a glass of Petri wine. This offered them the chance to sometimes bring in other characters to contribute to the story, and also gave Watson a chance to summarize or add little tidbits at the end. Another interesting thing about this radio show's introductions was Watson's anecdotes and comments about his dogs, usually referred to as the puppies. So now we are going to listen to and heckle The Night Before Christmas, done by the Sherlock Holmes old-time radio show.
Talking
Is
about
Rathbone a condition that develops if you overdose on Viagra?
Talking about dogs, the dog cam is missing.
Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone.
A bad organ.
The new adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
With Basil Rathbones.
Shit, Jesus.
The
Sweet
Petri family
Christ.
is a family that took time to bring you good wine. Invite you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. Well, right about now, you're probably taking a little breather in your last-minute rush to get everything ready for the big day tomorrow. Children
No,
have to
I'm
be
just
put
looking
to
for the
bed,
Rohypnol.
for Santa Claus, and there's the tree ready to be decorated, and a million and one things which must be done before.
You see what now?
I hear you can order
Got all your
that
Christmas shopping done.
from
Rushing
Hillsdale.
off the last minute to
Yeah.
Hillsdale Rohypnol.
your Aunt Bertha, cousins, family.
Sleep easy,
But
screw
you must
hard.
get some.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Always
There's
add
many
those
products
wine
available
merchants
from
get a bottle or
Hillsdale.
two of Petri wine.
Makers of great
better
family
yet, a whole
products
case of
like
Petri wine.
anal lube.
Petri wine is a swell gift. And
That's right,
Let
Hillsdale
suggestion
Panel
might be
Lube.
some help.
Otherwise known as roofies.
When you need to kick the shit out of your own ass.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm sure our good friend Dr. Watson's waiting for us, so let's go in and join him.
Yes, let us enter unannounced.
Right.
Well, say,
Yeah.
Doctor, I can see you're going to have yourself quite a Christmas. Big tree in the corner with colored lights on it. Where'd you get those?
And two hookers on either side.
Presents.
Which would explain why he's undressed.
Christmas party tomorrow for my housekeeper's little nieces.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
star's
what
not going on top of the tree, is it?
Very convincing in the part. Oh, by the way, Doctor, I brought you a little present.
I have an
Here it
embarrassing
is.
itch.
I hope you'll like it.
Mr. Butler,
He is a doctor.
oh, you,
Oh, it's marijuana.
tomorrow. Here you are, my boy.
Thanks a lot, Doctor. And now, how's about tonight's story? Last week you told us you'd chosen an adventure with a lot of Christmassy atmosphere.
Yes, Mr. Bartell. My story begins on another Christmas Eve many years ago. To be exact, in 1886. The time the adventure occurred, I must confess I didn't quite understand what was going on myself. In fact, I never did quite make head or tails of it until...
It's
Holmes took
because
the
I'm a
later
mental
to
retard.
explain the
I've got a
whole-
very small brain, you know.
Tried to confuse you,
To be
Mr.
clear,
Bartell.
this is the first doctor, right?
Story
Right, all right, Doctor. Let's go.
On that Christmas Eve in '86, I was standing in our Baker Street rooms, dressed in the costume of
Dressed
Santa
as a
Claus.
woman.
Holmes, his long, thin fingers pressed together,
Dick.
lay back in an armchair and gazed at me crisply, while our housekeeper
Watson, why are you dressed like a woman?
stood by the door and
I dare say, good fellow, I feel the need to be frisky.
A grand Santa Claus.
Doesn't he, Mrs. Hudson? Try the beard on, Watson, old chap.
I'm afraid
Yes, he makes a grand Santa
Try
Claus.
that ID on, Watson, old chap.
Just like the old man on the Christmas card, Doctor.
Yes, Watson.
Yes,
Yes, I'll be trying on
The
Mrs.
eyes,
Hudson
the
later.
inspection and the-
yes, Watson. I suspect you've given Mrs. Hudson a present early, haven't you?
Sleigh and reindeer for you. However, I'm...
Yes, it would seem that Mrs. Hudson had some strange proclivities.
And it's very kind of you, Doctor, to
Yes,
offer to come over
but
to the
fortunately that brassiere we bought her made
father in the
them look
hospital and
normal.
my sister at his bedside. It would have been a very miserable Christmas without you.
Oh, I could enjoy myself, but I think I'll take this
Oh, I'm trying to squeeze it out.
That's it.
I'm a Scottish Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my god, he's done it the
Case
big
of
one
his
on
shit, haven't I?
Gardens, number 28. It's just off the Edgware Road, Doctor.
I sound like a constipated Billy Connolly.
Take a cab.
That's what Billy Connolly usually sounded like.
I hate leaving you alone on Christmas.
The wife feeds me horribly.
I shall spend a profitable
I
evening
need a
writing my
frightful
progress.
laxative.
What about?
An analysis of teeth marks on pipe stems.
That or a
With
plunger.
regard to indicated character.
An analysis of teeth marks on Mrs. Hudson.
I must be going.
Take a present, old fellow.
No.
When you come to discuss
An even larger analysis of teeth marks on Dr. Watson, apparently.
Very thoughtful of you, Holmes.
Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, but there's a gentleman to see you. Says he's an old friend of yours. Here's his card, sir.
Oh, thank you.
He's
It's
carrying
okay.
pills and
Splendid.
syringes.
Ask him to come up, please, Mrs. Hudson.
All right.
Yes, it's a local rent
And I
boy.
hope your party is a great success, Mrs. Hudson.
Thank you, sir. Are you sure you don't want me to stay? Now that you have a visitor.
Oh, no. Indeed, no, Mrs. Hudson. I can show the gentleman out myself.
I can satisfy the gentleman on my own.
Yes, you get away with your whips and corsets and chains and stuff, Mrs.
Far more
Hudson.
important what to do. Whitcomb probably wants his
Beware,
revenge.
Mrs. Hudson. She's a professional with a riding crop.
Equally innocuous. Off with you, my dear fellow, and enjoy yourself.
Better go. Just the same, I wish you were coming with me. I'll see you later.
I shall be there. Come on up, Whitcomb.
Hello, Holmes.
So, Dr. Watson's going to a party dressed as a hooker.
Good night, then.
With a beard, yes.
How are you, Holmes?
This is Victorian times. Lots of hookers had beards.
Yes, Whitcomb, I'm glad you came over to see me. What's it to be? An evening of chess, or have you unearthed some recent treasure of medieval pottery that we can discuss?
Neither, Holmes.
Well, I was thinking of strip poker, actually.
I need help.
Come
Yes, I'll strip and you can poker.
That after all these years of quiet friendship, you're going to become a
Mrs.
client.
Hudson!
I'm afraid so, Holmes. No, I doubt it.
The lube!
The problem will interest you very much. It's hardly up to your...
Here's Mrs. Hudson. I want Sister Street to rub on this gentleman's backside. What for, Mr. Holmes? Lemon entry.
Well, now, my dear Whitcomb,
Lemon
What's the trouble?
entry.
Well, I decided this year to have a little Christmas party at my townhouse. I'm quite comfortably off known. It occurred to me that I have several relatives and friends who are not as well off. I'm having a party for them tonight, Holmes, and I hope you'd attend it, disguised as Santa Claus.
Yes, it's called a commoner whipping party.
There's never been one of them.
I'd rather go disguised as your maid.
You ashamed of your friendship, a private detective?
But I don't have a maid.
Consider my features more acceptable when buried beneath the depths of a snowy beard.
Oh, my dear Holmes, do take me seriously. I'm not joking, I assure
Oh,
you.
of course you're not, of course you're not. You want me to attend your party in disguise. Why?
I'm giving you some very valuable presents. Diamond and onyx cufflinks, platinum...
Oh, I need a few upskirts of my nieces.
I was wondering, Mr. Holmes, would you have any objection to wearing a pair of falsies?
I was going to dress
Oh,
up as
my
Santa Claus
God.
and give them out
And an
myself,
evening dress?
until I got the warning letter. That's why I've come to you.
Warning letter, eh?
Yes, I received it by...
Warning letter, eh?
Listen to this. My dear Lord Whitcomb, your generosity with Christmas presents borders on ostentation. We do not approve. Either we receive £5,000 in sovereigns at post
I
restaurants
thought it bordered on Yorkshire.
by 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve, or I'm afraid your Christmas party will be conspicuous by its absence of presents.
Let me see that note, Whitcomb, will you?
Yes, here we are.
I don't know. Seems the Grinch has invaded
Plain
London.
paper, torn from a penny notebook. Right,
My
obviously disguised. By George, yes. Whitcomb, I accept the case. I'll come with you to your party at once, and furthermore, I shall follow your suggestion regarding a disguise. Dressed as
Plus,
Santa
I shall
Claus,
engage
just
special
like
entertainment.
attract suspicion.
I'm delighted,
Special
Holmes.
entertainment.
But what made you decide so suddenly?
This writing, my dear fellow, this writing. Oh, it's in a false hand. I know that characteristic M in my dear Whitcomb.
A false hand. That means somebody with an artificial limbs wrote this.
It's Moriarty.
Whitcomb,
Artie Morty.
time to be
It's
lost.
always
Let me see
Moriarty.
now.
It's always Moriarty.
8:30.
Carry on.
Half an hour down the deadline given you in this letter. We must go to your house at once.
Holy shit, there it goes again. What the fuck are they putting in that organist
Who
drink?
drunk the organ?
I don't know.
Come on.
They just
Own up, who
grabbed
drunk the organ
some
player?
poor monkey and slapped him against the keys, I think.
It sounds like the organist is suffering from Rathbone.
You said you wanted to get into the house through the back way.
And I
Ooh,
think
he
this
wanted to
lady-
use the
Ooh,
back
he wanted-
door.
He's asking Mrs. Hudson if he can get in through the back way.
And no mention of Hillsdale anal.
Yeah, no shit.
Number 28. It's the third one down the alley, Doctor.
Perfect product
Follow the
placement
back
there.
window over to
Mrs. Hudson
The
wants
third one down the alley? How many holes are back there?
Mrs. Hudson is a very engaging woman.
Or is it a line of the local homeless gentlemen?
From that temple
Exactly.
across the street, Doctor.
Well, you know, everybody has to do their part. Oh,
Diagonal
sorry.
square.
Oh, yes, everyone's got a job to fill.
Can I hear that fucking organ player in the background?
I'm not the only Santa Claus abroad tonight.
See, that's what's happening.
Possibly.
See, what they call an organ player, I call a cocksucker.
He's running up the steps to the temple.
Sounds like the organ player has Tourette's.
Oh, God, I know, right.
Here, my man.
Oh,
Let
be
me help you
careful
up,
now,
sir.
Doctor. Dinner trip for yourself.
Here, now, give me a hand. Thank you, sir.
Yes, now
By the sound of it, Mrs. Hudson is a large woman.
give me a hand and stroke with great vigor.
Oh, I said vinegar, you bad woman, not vinegar!
He said woo and fell down the stairs during a hand job.
Unfortunately, she didn't let go.
Silly of me to run, wasn't it?
Never run while receiving a hand job.
You know, I turned on the Zeus cam for people to see you and you're hiding under the table.
Yeah.
You're fired.
You know what the worst thing is? We're down to 2 viewers.
I know. I don't know
Oh,
why.
well, up to 3.
Well, it is Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your sister's house is the third one down this alleyway, is there?
I'll hurry and open the back window.
Wait. The back alley, then the back window? What's going on with this lady?
I don't know. I did not
Shame
do
Holmes
that.
isn't with us.
Hey, you know what these Victorians were like.
Damn.
It's a bed. I don't want to get on a bloody bed.
I don't know. He's usually on the bed more often than not.
Yep, there's that organist again.
Merry Christmas, Mad Dodge.
He's just
Merry
laying some
Christmas, my Dodge.
This is my house, Holmes. Number 39.
So, Maddy, do you think we could get that organ player and hire him to follow Mitch around
Never gonna happen.
for the rest of his life?
Yeah, I could just see it now. Organ player found dead on the side of the road. Film at 11.
Yes, we'll probably have our finish him before this evening's over.
Yay, doggy!
Yeah, ISIS claims responsibility.
Right?
Yep.
All they had was a printed note on the chest going, nope, no organ, no organ.
Stop it. Stop it now.
Yeah.
Guests arrived, Hardy?
Yeah.
them, sir. They're in the library.
Yes, and apparently the coroner said that the murderer was true to his threats in the note. The remains of an organ were removed from the organ player's rectal cavities.
It did.
I hope I didn't do wrong, my lord. You told me that a gentleman dressed as Santa Claus would be coming here.
Oh, Merry fucking Christmas. Mrs. Hudson, what do you think they're banging on?
It's like these radio people have never done a live stream before.
Hargrave, describe this man. I can't tell you much about his
They have 2 legs, 2 arms, a head, and a torso.
Can you narrow that down a little?
He also had a penis and hair. He had hair on his head
Oh my god.
and on his chest and in between his legs.
So you looked that closely, did you, Batman?
Oh, gone by eyewitness descriptions here. He had 10 toes.
Batman has been spending his spare time looking at the glory holes.
He had 10 toes, 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. Unfortunately,
Jesus,
all on one
I
hand.
want to fucking jump this guy. It's like a church lady with a fucking high sex drive.
Yeah, the church lady was a frustrated rock organist.
Oh my god.
All right, sir.
Hey, can I ask a serious question?
No.
Am I the only one who has great difficulty understanding what Dr. Watson says?
Hello, children.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting creepy.
You bring me a present?
Ah, yes, I have it right here near my sack.
Hi, Santa. I'm a little baby. You come down the chimney?
Yes, buddy.
No, but I came in your mother.
Yes, I'll give your father a Christmas surprise as well. That's why he's
I
walking.
saw mommy fucking Santa Claus.
Children, gather round
By
me.
kicking him in his Christmas balls.
And I tell you, your mother's chimney will never be the same.
Right.
Thankfully, I had Hillsdale anal lube.
Duchess of Bewley.
And
Damn, that's smooth.
Playing a practical joke.
Well, I can't see the point, so.
And Ronan missed it.
Damn. Of his own.
I
Yep.
want my present.
Then supposing you.
Then bend over.
Ooh, thank you.
that's a little girl, Mitch. That is a small child.
Hey, look, man, don't blame their perversions on me.
Good little boy.
It's very big.
Oh, how good.
I want
Oh
it
God!
all.
It's not very big.
And that's how Milo Yiannopoulos got his start.
Oh my god.
What I got.
Now, let me see. Why, cufflinks.
Hi, that's syphilis.
That's a terrible present to give to a little girl.
Let's have a
Cufflinks, not syphilis. That's just a terrible present
Oh,
to
wait,
give to
syphilis is okay?
No, that's just a terrible present to give to anybody.
I want my earrings back. Give me back mine, too.
Well, here you are, here you are.
Smack the shit out of both these kids. Get on with the story.
My toys are still at the bottom of the sack. I can't understand it.
Well, that's
dozing in front of our fire.
that's it. Santa wants the kids to dig in his sack.
Yeah.
Hopefully they throttle that organist too.
What do you think's in the sack?
The organ throttle.
Where are you, Holmes? Yeah, but the bed. This is the only room in the temple that gives any sign that it's been lived in. Our bird has been here, but I'm afraid it's flown. If Inspector Lestrade will get here, strike a match, will you, Whitcomb? Right.
Why have you farted, Holmes?
Whitcomb.
Here's a candle on the table. Oh, just as I said. Sit on the bed. A red coat. And a beard. Yes, Lou the Lipper has discarded his disguise and gone, and with him, I'm afraid, your valuable precious.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's a sack lying on the floor. Oh, no, this is...
Oh, that had to hurt.
What's in it? A toy dog,
I see Mr. Bobbitt was in.
chocolates, little girl's doll.
What is thunder? Well, this is Watson's sack.
But how on earth could Lou the Lisper have got hold of it?
Somewhere, somehow.
What's Watson's sack doing in a little girl's bedroom? What the fuck's going on?
Oh yes, Holmes, I've got a perfect alibi for that.
Get this guy's sack, that guy's sack. Jesus, stop that. Stop. Stop it.
You can't break off your story there.
Oh, yes, I can, my boy. Before I go on, I thought we'd have a glass of port just to freshen us up.
Oh, well, that's something different.
Yes, well, you're having a glass of port, I'm having the whole fucking bottle, so piss off.
Sometimes do. It'll be nice to drink some, Shane.
There you are, my boy, and a
Well,
Merry
that's
Christmas.
not eggnog.
The same to you. And now, what happened next, Doctor? We left you at the children's Christmas party, and Sherlock Holmes and Lord Whitcomb around the corner at the Temple of the Octagonal Square.
Yes, I tell
Da,
you,
da, da, da. Oh, sorry, thought you said Temple of Doom there.
Lopez.
There I was, cheerfully handing out gifts worth well.
McGurk!
Did he just say the Temple of the Octagonal Square?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Baroness Ransom. Well, outside the Temple of the Octagonal Square, Holmes and
Yep.
Lord Whitcomb were talking to Inspector Lestrade.
Yeah,
It's Aracore!
The inspector that couldn't get anything right. Moose cow!
You'd be wiser to get in touch with Scotland Yard when you first got the warning note. We could have nabbed him when he came to your house and pinched the sack of presents.
Lestrade, this is no time for post-mortems. We've got to reach...
Right, now we're pinching the guy's sack?
Suppose he can do that, Holmes?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be difficult.
This is frightening.
BDSM during
party
World
I've ever been to.
I mean, I've heard that the Victorians were into all sorts of kinky shit, but this is terrifying.
Moriarty seldom leaves anything to chance.
Sherlock Holmes was into BDSM, confirmed.
Lexington Gardens, it's just round the corner from here.
Well, then let's go there at once.
I'd not worry away. No, Lestrade. We must use a little subtlety. Now, Lou the Lisper wishes to recover that sack of presents from Watson. How would he invade the party with the least possible trouble?
By dressing up as Santa Claus again?
No, I think he's overplayed that role for one evening.
Well, then how would he try to get in, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, come now, Lestrade.
Through the front door, you twat.
No, it's through Mrs. Hudson's back passage.
Yeah. Because there's always a back door.
It's when they pull out that you get a little bit of a squirt.
Oh, I wasn't you, cheeky bugger!
Yes, Mr. Holmes, but why?
They can hide their helmets and pretend to be singers. Come on.
See, they're hiding their helmets now.
Yeah. In Mrs. Hudson's back passage. Oh, God. What the fuck was that, Change?
Thank you for a ride at your back, Santa Claus. No, you must.
All right, I'm asking you for the last time. Who the fuck drugged the fucking organ?
Come inside and sing for us, Santa
Yes, of course they can. I'll
More
come in, Mrs.
shit
Hudson.
child acting. Good God.
Come on, let me get on your back, too.
Oh, no, take it easy.
Oh, well.
There we go.
I want to see your reindeer, Santa.
See my reindeer.
You want to see your reindeer, Santa? Sure, kid. My reindeer's right over here.
That's a euphemism.
Yeah.
Oh, come with me, children. I've got some puppies to show you.
Good evening, and Merry Christmas.
Would you like to sing some carols for the children?
No, just bring Carol up to my chambers after midnight.
Oh, you like Carol Chambers, do you?
If you mean the Christmas song, as long as the organ player isn't playing them.
Let's sing.
Oh, no kidding. I don't mean Carol Channing.
Out on his
And I slit my wrist.
Silly burger, he fell out on a red hot
Set
cinder.
his wife on fire.
Well, here we are outside the house, Mr. Holmes. Now what?
Listen.
Now we catch a cab and moon the neighbors.
Are we going in
In a
now?
moment. Now, men, you will have your truncheons handy.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we're ready.
Splendid.
Oh, they've got the truncheons handy as well.
And I yell, Christmas.
Mrs. Bridges,
Wait. They're all going in through the back door at the same time.
Get them outside.
Oh, that Mrs. Hudson's going to get a nice Christmas surprise, isn't she?
Give us the word and we'll go in and...
Oh, Inspector Lestrange!
Why are you playing it so long?
Death by organ.
How about something to warm you all up?
That won't be
And this
necessary,
is
Dr.
the
Watson.
Christmas when
Speak to
Mitch
the door,
died.
Sammy. All
Death
of you
by
stay
organ.
right where you are.
Maddie, with all these anal jokes going on, don't say death by organ.
No kidding. People are going to think I've got the rathbone.
Shut up. Now, Doctor, where are the jewels?
In my pants.
Curtis, there's some more carol fingers outside.
Hey.
No, better let them
Shut up, you people.
Don't, they might get suspicious.
Get out of my
You're nicked, you're nicked, you're nicked, you're nicked. We are the coppers, you're fucking nicked.
You're here before you, eh? Well, that's what you say. We all join a little carol for the nippers, eh?
Oh, there's Japanese children there, is there?
Apparently.
Oh, that's
All right.
wrong.
Come on, man.
I didn't say it wasn't funny, I just said it was wrong.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Nothing worse than a bunch of drunk Englishmen trying to sing.
Yes, there is, the pipe organ.
Yeah, drunk Americans trying to sing.
Oh, shut up.
Well, you're both right. Someone shut those fucking kids up.
Off-key middle-aged people trying to sing next to the pipe organ. There you go.
Give me a machine gun, I'll shut the kids up.
Give evidence. Right.
I said, too bad we didn't catch Professor Moriarty, too.
Well, at least we have some of his cohorts. I'll see you later,
I
Lestrade.
wish I knew what was going on here. Is Moriarty mixed up in this business?
Yes, Watson. Now,
Won't he need to seek medical aid if Sherlock Holmes now has his cohorts?
Your gifts seem to have been scattered all over the house. Do you want me to recover them too?
No. From what you've told me of the children, I think their parents could use the money much more profitably than my relatives. In any case, I can replace.
Yeah, the Catholic Church said the same thing.
Well, children.
Yep.
Did you enjoy the little game we staged for you?
It wasn't up.
Well.
Yes, I nearly died laughing when they started hitting each other.
Okay, shut up,
I'm glad
kid.
you enjoyed it, children. And now
We're supposed to be English urchins and listen to us talk with our American accents.
Right.
Ooh, a nice little girl like you doesn't want silly earrings, Elsie. Here's a beautiful doll for you.
Ooh, I don't
How dare you assume my gender?
And what did you get, little man?
these.
Oh, cufflinks.
Syphilis.
Good gracious, who wants cufflinks when he can have a clockwork train? You want to
But I want the doll!
Lord, Mama, Duck, yes. I wanted the dog.
There's one for you, Lionel. A nice woolly dog.
Oh,
I want to be sedated.
And here's a
lovely.
Here you are.
Ah,
Julie,
so you like the Ramones as well.
Too. Get all shelved.
Quite a bit.
Oh, Lummy, what a night. I ain't had as much fun since Granny got her finger stuck in a plug-o.
Granny got her finger stuck in one of you.
I must say, this has all the earmarks of being a happy Christmas.
This is all the earmarks of a church conspiracy.
Oh, it'll be ready in a few minutes, Mr. Holmes.
Splendid. And while we're waiting, perhaps the children will oblige with something we haven't heard so far.
Don't sing.
I don't know why, but I suspect that Roland is returning.
I hear an organ. No, don't do it. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Hey, no, at least the kids are on key. There's the organ.
You know, they can live up to the silent part at least.
Yeah.
Fucking out loud. God damn. This right here, this is what's killing Christmas. All these fuckwads trying to goddamn sing.
Well, Doctor, that was really a swell story. On a Christmas Eve like
Well, that was I can't remember my line.
That was so swell, I just drank all the sherry. How dry I am! How dry I am! Nobody knows how dry I am!
Yes, I got a great deal this Christmas Eve. Lots to be thankful for.
Oh, puppy!
Being settled, it looks as if this is the brightest Christmas that I've ever had.
Well, that's how I feel about it too, Doctor.
Well, that's how I feel about it too, Doctor.
Just as happy this Christmas.
You just hate to sell your fucking produce like nobody wants!
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
We wish every one of you a happy Christmas from the bottom of our hearts. God rest ye merry, gentlemen.
Well, Doctor,
oh, shut up.
God rest ye,
What story
Jer.
do you plan to tell us?
One that I think will find extremely
Yeah,
appropriate.
money short, times are hard. Here's your fucking Christmas
Scottish
card.
castle near Edinburgh on a New Year's Eve in 1900, and concerns a pair of lovers, an elderly baronet, and a strange iron box that proves
Ding dong merrily on high. Riley has no brain cells. Oh, is that it? Is it over?
Yeah, I didn't want to subject Mitch to any more organ playing. Okay, Fibber, McGee, and Molly was a radio show that played a major role in determining the full form of what became classic old-time radio. The series was a pinnacle of American popular culture from its 1935 premiere until its demise, I love how they use demise, in 1959. One of the longest-running comedies in the history of classic radio in the United States, Fibber, McGee, and Molly has stood the test of time in many ways, transcending the actual or alleged limitations of its medium, form, and concurrent culture. Okay, here we go. And now, Fibber, McGee, and Molly with Fibber Paints the Christmas Tree White.
Oh, that's perverted.
You racist bastard.
And now Fibber McGee I can't say his name.
Fibber McGee.
Fibber McGee jacks off on the Christmas tree.
Wax product for home and industry presents Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra.
Oh boy.
Hey, it's an orchestra, not an organ.
Yeah. And the sound
music.
balancing is much better.
It's music. Mitch hates music.
That is an outright lie.
He likes good music. He hates shit organ music.
I think the dog's getting ready to fart. Oh no, maybe he's not.
Beauty and cleanliness. Well, think for a moment how easily and inexpensively you can have both beauty and cleanliness just with an occasional application of genuine Johnson's wax for your floors, furniture, and woodwork.
Johnson's wax, when you need to look up your wife's dress.
The wax brings out the grain and beauty of the wood. It adds a soft luster to leather, linoleum, and metal.
Johnson's wax, when your carrot needs to shine.
Against wear, dirt, and moisture. Dust and dirt do not adhere readily to a wax polish.
Johnson's wax gives your floors a supreme polish, makes them extremely slippy. So, after applying Johnson's wax, apply for Johnson's life insurance.
Johnson's wax took up the first half of this radio show with their Johnson's wax.
Well, you do have to acknowledge your sponsors. They do pay for the show.
Yeah. And they've been paying for it ever since.
That's sick and wrong, Eric. And I ought to know. I've tried it.
There are certain people who simply won't admit that nature does anything right. They're the kind who gild
Democrats?
cattails, paint whose little tootsie are you on the shells of baby turtles, and clip poodle dogs to look like anemic lions. Here's one of
assholes,
those people
we call
now,
them.
as we meet Fibber McGee and Molly.
I thought, for a second, I thought he was talking about Paris Hilton.
I'm sure I know what you said, but it sounded like you said parrots, Hilton.
Why do you want it white, McGee?
What do you mean, why do I want it white? You got 100 trees in this lot you've painted white?
Yeah, and I think they're horrible. What? Some people like them that way.
Never mind the artistic comment, Fred. How much?
$10.
$10? To spray a little white paint on this half-pint tree? Who do you think you are, Rembrandt? Looky here.
That ain't
Maybe you
funny.
didn't understand, Fritz.
What?
I want this tree painted white, not gold-plated.
$10.
You're a pirate,
So what-
and I'll bet you've made $200 already today.
You're a cheap
So,
date, and I've made
seriously,
340.
when are the comedians coming?
You're a robber, and you want to sell a half interest in this joint?
You're a stoop, and I wouldn't sell my own mother a half interest.
You're a low-down, no-good.
No, but you'd sell her to this guy for $10.
I wouldn't.
The dirty swindler. $10 to spray a little tree white.
Why does that sound so much like
People right
Mitch?
and left, making $400 a day. Chiseler.
That dirty son of a bitch.
Whether to report him to the OPA
I hope
or
I
make him
get
a
to
better
punch
offer
him
for a
straight in the
half
dick. And I hope when I do it, it hurts his wife's ass.
Say, wouldn't you rather punch him in the fart box?
Corrigan that runs the Christmas tree lot at 14.
Too obvious.
That dirty pine broker. Charge me $10 to paint our Christmas tree white.
I love the canned laughter.
But think of the work there is to it. Putting all those needles
No, it's
back
not
on
even
after
canned
the paint
laughter.
dries.
It's it's
No.
largely
They
uninterested
don't take
laughter.
the needles off. They just spray the trees.
Well,
Wish, wish, that's all they
people
do.
are not
if
laughing
wishing
at
will
them.
make it so, why don't you do it yourself?
They're laughing. They're laughing
Yeah,
at the
like right
drunk who's
there, right
walking
there.
and thinks he's in the public latrine.
Oh.
Besides, I
These
haven't got
people,
a paint spray.
but they're mostly not entertained. They're just like.
Haven't we got a paint spray attachment on the vacuum cleaner?
Oh, dear.
Oh, my gosh.
It's
I
the
can have
guy.
this tree painted white before
They're
they
laughing
take
because
over
there's
the
two
box.
guys there. There's one holding up a laugh sign and there's another guy holding up a machine
We
gun.
need the house painted, but not
Yeah.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Let's leave the tree green.
Oh, you'll love a white one, Snooky. It's the modern thing. Nobody uses
Now open
green
your
trees
mouth.
anymore. They're outmoded.
Outmooted?
You don't say.
Outmooted.
Well, tell me, Salvador. What color snow are people using this year? Chartreuse?
No kidding, Molly. White Christmas trees are all the rage. Everybody.
They must be. They throw me into one. Now, look, sweetheart, just put the tree up and trim it. I love a green Christmas tree. Don't you, Alice?
Don't I what, Mrs. McGee?
Look, Molly, I'll put it up to Alice fair and square and let her give an opinion. Here's the preposition, kid.
$20 for a blowjob and a swift dick up your ass.
Dusty, drab, dirty old green one, or a bright, snappy, glistening.
Damn, we had 4 people watching there.
Mistletoe.
Mistletoe. What an answer.
Well, jeepers, don't you like to hang up a little bouquet of mistletoe, Mr. McGee?
Only above my belt line.
I am not shy. What good is mistletoe? Catch somebody under it, and it's either somebody you can kiss anyway, like your wife, or you get a slap in the chops before you can point up to it.
Yeah, apparently,
Mistletoe, bah. That's just poison ivy with berries.
I tell you what, ladies, you use mistletoe and I'll whip out my shuttlecock.
Who manages to spend most of his time loitering around beneath it. But honestly now, dear, do you like a white Christmas tree?
Well, I like them all, Mrs. McGee. I don't care if they're purple. Gertrude always has a white one.
I like the one about the big-chested blonde who went to a boyfriend. So how come every Christmas you kiss me on the on my tits? You know, where they get under the mistletoe before the rest of you does.
I see. Well, himself here used to go with a man who owned a Stutz Bearcat's niece.
Yeah, but I gave her up for an old guy with a broken-down Maxwell's daughter. But honestly now, Alice, don't you really prefer a white Christmas tree?
Well, I got awfully tired of them, Mr. McGee. When I was a little girl,
what I want to know,
little tiny
is what people have done to be sentenced to be in the audience.
How long did it take you, Alice?
Oh, we never did get it finished. But it kept us off the streets till we were 18 years old.
Oh, God.
Well, I gotta wrap some presents. See you later.
What, you just walk in to share some bad dialogue?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is worse than Disney controlling Star Wars writing.
Out of that solid bone, I'll never.
Oh, she's awfully sweet, though, McGee.
Oh, this is almost as bad as Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, seriously, this makes less sense than the Justice League movie.
That wasn't really all that bad.
We're supposed to be 2 parts.
Hello, Molly. How are you today, pantry paunch?
Fine, Jumbo, fine. You out spreading a little Christmas cheer, telling your patients you're going to retire?
Oh.
Hello, struggling justice.
He's not going to retire for years yet, are you, Doctor?
My dear, I will retire on that far distant day when I can write a personal check for $400 and not have the hired help at the Fourth National Bank burst into hysterical laughter.
Why, go on, you old
Now that was
miser.
funny.
You got that much buried under a loose brick in the fireplace right now. The trouble with you is you got more affection for $1 than my wife has for a pound of butter. And that's the love match of the year, Fatso.
You have no right to say that, though, McGee. Dr. Gamble does more private charity work than anybody in town.
Certainly. I'm a very noble character. When I walk down the street, flowers spring into bloom.
Oh.
Birds burst into song, and taxicabs honk twice before they try to kill me. Well, I gotta run along now. This is my busy season, you know.
I suppose the children keep you pretty busy around Christmas time, Doctor, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's the
Well, it is staged in a
grown-ups,
house-type
my dear.
setting, so
This
people
is
are
the
going to be
silly
walking in
season,
and out
when
of the
200
house, so
pound
to
men
speak.
start climbing
Well,
49 cents
is there a house
ladders
in the
to
middle of a
wire
street?
dime store angels to the tops of $3 Christmas trees and wind up in a $500
You mean like the song by
plastic
Madness?
hat. Pennywise and compound fracture foolish.
Don't you want to stick around and watch me trim our Christmas tree?
Mario, you missed the good bits.
Skip
Now
that,
it is
When I put my gift for you
radio
under it,
show.
it'll turn white.
Oh, this is...
Billy Mills and the orchestra and the parade of the wooden soldiers.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. Maybe the best part of the show.
Yeah, it's certainly the funniest. Oh, this is...
I get the feeling you should have put this one on first, Maddy. Although, then again, seeing Ronin Wolf dancing in the corner of
It's
the screen.
Thraxy! Hey, Thraxy!
Yep, Thrax has joined us.
Oh, yeah.
Maddy, aim the camera at Ronin. He was dancing.
If I do that, he'll probably shoot me. Yeah, he nodded in the affirmative.
See, while this tune is playing, they're all backstage arguing about when the comedians are going to show up.
Yes, they're all suffering second
Green Badger
banana-itis.
outdoors.
Merry Christmas to you too, Thrax.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it doesn't stop.
Nope.
Kill me now, Lord! Kill me now!
Then slip off of bourbon.
Hey, it's just, yeah. Well, at least it's a happy Christmas tune. Unlike Silent Night.
It's not even a Christmas tune. Is it a Christmas tune?
Yeah, it's called March of the Wooden Soldiers.
It's like a condensed version of all those Christmas movies you've ever seen and never wished to see.
Again.
Shoved into a few minutes. After that, I'm seriously considering, converting to Judaism.
Clogs up like a sentimental woman at a sad movie.
What seems to be the matter, dearie?
This paint spray goes along all right for a minute, then it chokes up. And when it comes loose again, it throws a blob of paint that'd knock IQ out of the balcony.
I nearly forgot my lines there because I'm so crap.
Okay, I will.
There, now try it.
Okay.
Oh, heavenly days, Mickey.
Ah.
You hit me with that.
I'm sorry, kiddo. I didn't know it was loaded. Well, here we go.
That sounds like a masturbation accident.
Clogged up.
Well, hurry up and get the job finished, McGee. It's colder than a lineman's lunch out here.
And you've got guys lined up around the corner.
And a happy holidays to you too, Green Badger.
People who you are.
Huh?
Oh, fuck happy holidays. Happy Christmas. And happy Christmas to you, Fat Thrax.
That does it.
Ah.
Have this tree sprayed before you can say
I just had to bang it a couple of times and now it's coming just fine.
I like Thrax's comment. Oh, I wish I could remember what we covered in rehearsal.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I'm just out walking my Pekingese and must
Wait, there was a rehearsal?
What Pekingese
Wait,
Carsey?
did she-
I don't see him.
Oh, it was too cold for him to come along.
Did she say she was working her Pekingese?
Yes.
Oh, God, and he said he can't see it.
But as long as one of us goes out, he's satisfied.
Sounds to me like she's hiding that Pekingese in a very strange place.
Personally, I would have one four-legged dust mops as a gift.
Well, she's got perky
Give me a
knees.
man-sized dog. I ever tell you about the hunting dog I had once, Carsey, by the name of Durante?
Hold on, he had a hunting
what a nose
dog.
that dog had. Never forget one time we were walking through the woods. Me and my dog, pipe over my shoulder, gun in my mouth.
What was that again?
Gun over my shoulder and pipe in my mouth, when all of a sudden Durante freezes. He's on point. Nose quivering, tail out like a ramrod. 1 foot in the air. I raises my gun, walks slowly forward, and there, not 10 feet away, was a guy sitting on a stump.
That was quite a dog, Mr. McGee. Trained to flush game wardens, was he?
No, sir. I bawled the dog out, and then I was...
No, he was trained to flush the drugs. Oh, we never talk about that.
Well, sir, I got talking to the guy, and you know what? His name was Partridge. Henry W.
Wait, was that? Did I just miss a joke there?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's so remarkable, Mr. McGee. In the light of what a police dog of mine once did.
What was that, Millicent? After all, it's so cold out tonight, the bologna won't spoil.
Well, that's,
Well, this dog of ours was extremely intelligent. One day I had him in the post office, and I noticed he was staring at the police posters on the wall.
She had him in the post office. Thinking she's coming out here.
then in the back seat of the car, and then in the
When I got
garage.
home, he was gripping our butler by the vest pocket and was barking into the telephone, which he'd knocked off the table. When the police arrived, it turned out that Jarvis was wanted by the authorities in 3 states.
Yes, but why was your dog holding him by the vest pocket, Millicent?
That was where our butler kept his fountain pen. You see, he was wanted for forgery.
For a fucking
Nice to have
ounce.
seen you. Good evening.
This is worse than Jay Leno.
Nothing is worse.
Who does she think she's kidding? I don't believe
And
a word
Ellen
of that.
DeGeneres.
But she made
Hey,
that whole
this
thing up.
is worse than an accountancy school's comedy review.
Oh, gee,
Still
it's
better than Amy
well,
Schumer.
Back to work.
And crappy
That's
organ
not
music.
hard.
Ah, she blows. He had to bang it to readjust it again. Now it's coming just fine.
Stopped up again, McGee?
This guy's coming quite a bit.
Yes.
Drugs? They've all been bad.
Yeah, they have.
Hey.
Hey.
How could Carstairs' dog be gripping the butler by the vest and barking into the phone at the same time?
Now it hits him. To say he's slow on the uptake would be an understatement indeed.
I I seen him say he was gripping the butler with his teeth, dearie.
Huh?
You know, after all, a dog as smart as that could hold him down with one hind paw, dial the police station with the other, and use his front feet to take fingerprints.
Yeah, maybe, but how she... Oh, well, why should I worry?
There you go.
You're getting more paint on yourself than you are on the tree, McGee.
Well, the wind keeps changing. They ought to make these paint sprays with a weather vane on them. All right, George. Hip, 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 hip.
Oh, dear. In the
Well,
time
he
you
finally
take to
lost
get
his
this
erection.
tree a dirty gray, Pet.
Yep.
I could have whitewashed the
Well, my
Trinidad
dear, it seems the
National Forest
Viagra has
with
run
lip
out.
Well, doggone it, I don't see...
Hello, folks. What's going on here?
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, Junior. Pull up a friend.
He wasn't using Viagra, he was using lollipop stick and some elastic bands.
Right, Mr. Wilcox. Start home and get
There's a
it.
chance he was using an old bicycle pump.
Hey, wait a minute, Mac. Do you mean to stand there
Yep,
like a
was this
man for painter's
was this
polish
when that one was
and
doing
tell
the
me
dog
you're
in
actually going to
the
ruin that pretty
chemist?
little tree with white paint? Ruining that refugee from the forest primeval? Despoiling a
What
magnificent
the
evergreen?
fuck, dude?
Skip the dramatics, Junior.
Go hug a
You
whale.
memorized Evangeline in high school.
And you played the heavy in the Chautauqua
Maybe he
Company
doesn't
at
know
Rebecca
Triggly
Sunnybrook
Puff.
Farm, too, didn't you, Mr. Wilcox?
The juvenile lead, if you please. I also had 3 seasons of Shakespeare.
A likely story. When you play Shakespeare, son, that's when Othello needs a friend.
Everyone in Omaha, I'll have you know, said I was another Barrymore. Why, when I came out in my tights
Is that
and said,
Omaha, Japan?
"Oh, what a role!"
Yeah, by Barrymore, he meant Drew.
You can say that again.
Now, hush, McGee. I love Shakespeare. Go on, Mr. Wilcox.
Is it not
Yeah, 3 times a
that this
day.
player
So she's into
A
necrophilia.
lady forced to menial task.
Extreme
Such
necrophilia.
drudgery Would not then dispense a thing called Johnson's Glow Coat.
Whoa!
Yeah, here comes the ad.
Fluid, which sprayed upon the scullery linoleum would thus eliminate the scrub. No rub, no buff.
So rub, no buff.
I tell you what, you rub and buff my Johnson, you'll get some Johnson's spray coat on you.
If Shakespeare ain't in the public domain, this 2-bit Orson Welles is going to be sued for $9 million.
Ah, yes,
So now we know why radio died.
So mirror-like it seems. The porridge spilled.
Had nothing to do with television.
Not a single spot. The labor
Well,
saved,
after I've
flowers
spilled it,
gained,
it's never been called porridge. I got that going for me.
his glow.
Had everything to do with shifting the tree here.
Gasoline and serving wench you like. You're near a stealer.
Hey, now wait a minute, Mr. Wilcox. Is that in Hamlet?
My dear girl, it's in every hamlet, every village, every town, city, and metropolis.
Oh,
Every
man.
place where a housewife takes
Even
care
the
of
audience
her
wanted
kitchen.
that one.
I'll get back to the
Yeah.
office in the next 10 minutes.
Oh,
I'll
I
find
get it
myself
now.
back in Chautauqua.
I understand, finally.
What? It's an ad.
No, not that. This shows why they invented the intermission.
The biggest ham I've seen since Blue Boy went to the state fair.
No, this shows why they invented
Wind up
deafness.
on a platter with an apple in his mouth. Nah, but this ain't getting my tree sprayed.
Well, hurry up. You almost got it done now.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Ah,
There you go. He's got it back up again.
Yeah.
Look how white the
Yeah.
tree's getting, Molly.
There's one
Hey.
question I'd like to ask you,
It's not a
McGee.
test
Are
in
you
the
sure?
beginning.
Bother me
What the
now,
hell is
kiddo.
she
I'm doing
doing?
too good. Hot dog.
My God, I'm glad I wasn't an American back in those days.
I know,
It
but
seems,
look, McGee, I've been wanting to ask
Yeah, I
you.
don't know why, because all my stuff is all OBS is saying that everything's coming out fine and we're being picked up just fine.
All done.
Bad juju, Buana.
The whitest white Christmas tree you'll ever see. Now, won't you admit this is a
We have
mighty
not
pretty
gone
effect,
mute.
baby?
Yes,
All right.
if you like that sort of thing. Well, I'll go and make some hot coffee.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thrax hears us.
McGee,
All right.
whose Christmas
Who
tree is this on
who
the
don't
front
hear
porch?
us?
Oh, that's the one
Eric
I
said
bought
he
this
didn't
morning
hear
and
us.
I'm going to paint white.
Well, Alec has
What tree did I paint?
The one
has
that's been growing there
fluid
in the yard
internet.
all these years.
Oh no, I missed the joke.
Yeah, he
Wait,
sprayed the
did
wrong
you?
tree. He sprayed the wrong tree with the jizz he had to constantly readjust in order to have the flow come out evenly.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I know it all.
So this is like a radio version of Where's Wally, only Where's the fucking
I'm a
joke.
brainless, incompetent, ham-handed butterfingers. If I wasn't so stupid, I'd never let me sit here and insult myself like this. Dad rat.
Now that was almost funny.
Yeah, I know it's a Queen
I know
song.
that
Look
voice.
above.
Is that you, Teeny?
Sure is, I betcha. What you sitting there with your head in your hands for, mister?
What the hell is Rotwell doing in this?
Mommy
What the-
too?
No, no, thanks.
What?
Medicine won't touch the kind of headache I
Alvin!
got.
Yeah.
No, that was Opalescence Moonchild.
Gee, I'm sorry, miss.
Yeah, I missed a joke.
Oh, boy.
I'll find the blonde hair and pluck it out later.
Who did what?
Who painted that tree white? Gee, is that ever beautiful?
Yeah, but that ain't the one
And
I
it's
thought.
growing right there in your yard.
Yeah, you see, I got a little confused. And I
Oh,
thought
Mr. McGee, you're wonderful.
Alvin!
You're the nicest man in town, I bet you. You put your Christmas tree right out in the front yard where everybody can share it with you, didn't you?
Shut up, kid. You bother me.
Exactly.
Gee, all the kids in the neighborhood are going to love you for this, mister. Boy, I can hardly wait till you get it all lighted up.
You can't, eh?
Hmm?
I says you can't, eh?
Can't what?
You can't wait till I get it all lighted up.
Gee, neither can I. And you know what, mister?
What?
When it's growing in the ground like that, it can't wobble and fall over either. Our Christmas tree at home is always wobbly.
Yeah, lots of people make that mistake.
Yeah, so's
They
your
don't stop
father.
to
That's
think
why
if
I
they were a
spend
tree
so much
and
time with your
all
mother.
lit up and then came into a warm room, they'd wobble a little too. Skip it. So you think it looks all right out here in the front yard?
Oh, boy, I'll say. Now all the little children that haven't got Christmas trees can come and see yours, can't they?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I kind of planned to get a lot of little bags of candy and stuff and let the kids help themselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just
Maybe you
planned
could
that.
drive around in a white panel van, too.
Think they'd like
Yeah,
that?
right?
Gee, we'll wait
You sick
ever,
fucker.
and us kids will sing.
Sing what?
You know, the song we sing for you every Christmas time. 'Twas
Oh,
the
come
night
on, ye
before
faithful.
Christmas. The one you just recorded. Would you like to hear it now, mister?
No,
Mhm.
no, don't
Yes,
do
I
it.
believe I would. Sing.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck.
Kenny, Johnny, Buddy,
Stop.
Randy, come
Stop.
here.
You
He
just
wants
fuck.
to hear it,
No.
all right.
Quick, someone get the helium. The adults are going to sing.
A wonderful bunch of kids
Liar.
going around the neighborhood with a 30-piece orchestra.
God.
Oh, God.
Was the night before
Shit.
Christmas and all through the house.
Oh, what
Not a
a...
creature
Just...
was stirring,
No.
not even a mouse.
That's bad.
It's a kid.
Stockings were hung
No, it's
by
not a
the
kid.
chimney
No, it's not.
I know it's not, but still.
in hopes
Supposed to
bad.
be a kid.
Nickel was
It's a fucking chipmunk on helium.
Here's the other surprise for you. The actor,
Oh,
I know it's an adult.
male.
Yeah.
I want to die.
God, this is just shit.
I want to fucking die. This is the worst Christmas ever.
It's okay. It gets better. We got Richard Diamond coming up next.
Jesus, why can't they play Russian roulette?
Thrax roll save versus death magic.
Exactly.
Thrax, I hate to tell you this, but
Ah.
save rules don't work on this one.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'll wait to the window, I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw open the sash. Then, what to my wonder,
You know what this is? This is like a fraternity performing a hazing.
No, this is a fraternity performing a hate crime.
This is why the world hates us.
Yep.
We now understand.
Yeah, we
You
now
just
figured out
wrote
what
that
we now figured out what pissed off North Korea.
It better get better. I've never had suicidal thoughts on my birthday ever before. Sorry, Mariel.
his eyes, how they twinkle.
When was this released again?
This was February. This one, I don't know what year
Oh,
this was.
Eric, don't forget the one that burned down, fell down, then fell into the swamp.
If this was
What's this kid?
Pearl Harbor was attacked just because of this show. And that's
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
He held tight in his teeth, and the smoke went around and around and around his head like a wreath. He was
Oh, God.
all right, jolly old elf. Said a laugh, let us know I'm in spite of myself.
You know, why can I never find an empty broken beer bottle when I need one? No, don't put the kids' laugh in there too. Oh, fuck.
It came out Tuesday, December 18th, 1945.
So this is a secret weapon that ended the war?
Yes. And it was broadcast worldwide.
And what happened next? Korea.
Yes.
Then turn with a jerk.
Oh, Jesus. Put this shit between two warring armies. I'm telling you, put this shit between two warring armies and peace will be declared.
They'll have to declare peace. Their ears will be bleeding. Like mine.
Put this between two warring armies, you end up with two suicide cases.
This is what happens when you put a child's story to music. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, this is what happens when World War II's ongoing and all your comedians have gone to war.
I could have been dry humping a porcupine.
Hey, I'm going through the torture too, Eric.
Well, at least you're not in Florida, so it's not illegal.
God, I would rather fucking hug a cactus than listen to this anymore.
All right, let's cut it short. Here we go. All right.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Suddenly my ass feels better.
Right. All right, here we go. Richard Diamond. Dick Powell starred in the Richard Diamond Private Detective radio series as a lighthearted detective who often ended the episodes singing to his girlfriend Helen Asher. Other regular cast members included Rick's friend and former partner on the police force, Lieutenant Walter Levinson, played by Ed Begley, Arthur Q. Bryan, Ted DeCorsia, and Alan Reed, and Wilms Herbert as Walt's bumbling Sergeant Otis. It began airing on NBC Radio. Yep, it began airing on NBC Radio on April 24th, 1949, picked up Rexall as a sponsor on April 5th, 1950, and continued until December 6th, 1950. Many of the shows were either written or directed by Edwards. Its theme, Leave It to Love, was whistled by Powell at the beginning of each episode. With Camel Cigarettes as a sponsor, it moved to ABC from January 5th, 1951 to June 29th, 1951, with Rexall returning for a run from October 5th, 1951 to June 27th of 1952.
Is that the Afghan
Put a camel in your mouth.
Right? And now for the December 24th, 1949 airing of Richard Diamond, A Christmas Carol.
Oh god, it's a sax pervert.
Dude. This dude, okay, this is the definition of the word chipper.
Here's Dick Powell.
Yep, and he's a smart-ass detective, which is really cool.
I get the feeling that he is annoyingly cheerful.
Hello there, this is Diamond.
Hello, Diamond.
Christmas Eve.
This is none of your
About
business.
this time, my business takes a big nosedive. People usually pack up their trunks.
Yes, well, enough about your sex life, Diamond.
Yeah, well, your wife
So
takes a
tonight,
big
instead of
nosedive,
telling you
too.
about one of my hair-raising exploits, we're going to tell you a
Exploits?
Christmas story.
What's an
So
exploit?
with apologies to Mr. Charles Dickens, we'd like to bring you an adaptation of one of his most famous stories, A Christmas Carol. Now, I'd better explain something first.
Now, on
This
your
version
knees,
isn't
Carol.
exactly the way you've heard it many times before. Because of the particular type of characters I usually get mixed up with, this story is written to fit their talents and characteristics.
Yeah, and the
Different
ghost of
from the
Christmas
Dickens
present,
original,
see?
certainly,
Huh?
But we feel that this story could easily happen today.
I'm
anywhere. Like maybe right here in New
I'm the
York
ghost
on a
of
little
Christmas
side street just
present.
off the Bowery. So now I'd like to introduce our characters.
Now open me.
Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge will be played by my good friend and guiding hand of the 5th Precinct Homicide Division, Lieutenant Walter Levinson. What?
Lieutenant Walter Levinson.
The character of Jacob Marley will be played by one of my dearest friends and constant companions.
Otis
Bob
Q,
Marley.
yeah? Oh, Sergeant Otis Loveloon. Loveloon.
Oh, sorry, Helen.
Loveloon.
Tiny
It's a
Tim
green
will be played by
hairnet.
our corner newsboy.
Johnny Rollins.
Tiny Tim's mother will be played by my red-headed gal friend,
Helen Asher.
The rest of the characters will be played by members of the 5th Precinct Police Station.
Officer O'Reilly.
Officer Lund.
Officer Lefkowitz.
Sergeant Miller.
The music will be furnished by the 5th
Sergeant
Precinct Police
Wojciechowicz.
Band, directed by the
Sergeant
Get out my head.
And
Get
now,
out my
Sergeant
fucking head.
Dietrich and Captain Miller.
Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Levitt.
This is a good brass.
Yeah, it is a good brass section.
Yeah, I like some good brass. I mean brass.
Yeah, blow it out your brass.
Nasty, all right. He didn't like anything, except maybe all the dough he could get his hands on.
Yes, I'm Rob from bakeries.
The outfit was known as Scrooge and Marley Loan Company. But one day,
That's
poor
right.
old Marley just up and keeled over. So the boys along the big street gave him a nice funeral, and old Scrooge took over the business. Well, Marley had been dead for 7 years, and Scrooge lived alone in his little room over the office. And for a hobby, he hated everybody. There was
That's
a young
right.
guy working for him by the name of Bob Cratchit. Bob had a wife and 4 kids and made just enough to make ends meet. Scrooge
And a
used to
body in the
ride him
deep
all
freeze.
time.
Yeah.
When it got so cold the polar bears complained, Cratchit would turn on the little heater, and Scrooge would say,
Cratchit, what do you think you're doing? Turning on the heat, that's what I'm doing. My fingers look
I'm
like
touching
pasta.
my wife.
Well, I don't care if they come in 6 delicious flavors. Every time you turn on that heater, it costs me money. Business is not good, so get back to your work and turn off the heat. Oh, now look, Mr. Scrooge, I'm freezing. This pen ain't guaranteed to ride under ice. I tell you once more, get back to your work. Okay, Mr. Scrooge. I don't know why you worry about business. Why not just put up a sign? Turn the joint into a skating rink.
I'll bring in my wife. You can turn it into a whorehouse.
well, this was no time for any decent
Don't think I haven't thought about that, Cratchit.
Christmas Eve. Along about 5 o'clock, into the office came Scrooge's nephew, Fred.
Well, Merry Christmas, Bob.
Oh, Merry
Oh, fuck off, you
Get
bastard.
back to your work, Cratchit.
Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Oh, swell. Merry Christmas.
It's a humbug.
Humbug? Yeah, humbug. My old man didn't like Christmas, and that's what he used to say. Humbug.
Humbug.
Okay, humbug.
Humbug.
But it's still Christmas, and I don't see where you get off not
Moose
liking
cow.
it. This is supposed to be the time everybody gets with it. Everything
Ah,
stuffs
fuck
that
off.
ain't much good, and you put your arm around the next guy, you tell him Merry Christmas.
I'll put my arm around you with a hammer on the end of it if you don't lay off that goodwill stuff.
Look, what's with you? What have you got against Christmas?
You show me a way to make $100 every Christmas, and I'll
Have
fall
you
in
heard
love
of Black Friday?
with it. Every time the house
Walmart?
pays their bills, and they all run
I
around
think
like
you're
they
being
own
a bit
restaurant.
racist there, man.
$60 a week, and you're coming on like Rockefeller.
Well, sure, I make a
Coming
lot
on
for
who?
$60, but it ain't easy.
Rockefeller.
But once a year, something happens with everybody.
I don't know,
Big
character
way.
from the Flintstones, I
Well,
think.
nearly everybody. Because this is a day that somebody else started to make things right for us, and he had a really tough time doing it. It's more than just remembering it. It's
A
feeling.
tough time.
It's
That's
all
what you
around.
call
you.
it?
Christmas has got to be merry. Don't you get it?
You want
Who's
me to
Mary?
be Mary?
Well, sure.
Then
Does
go
she
get
know
some of these
Cratchit's
joyous
wife?
clients of mine to pay off their loans.
The missus asked me to invite you over for dinner tomorrow.
Now, don't hold your breath.
Okay. Merry Christmas, Bob. Merry
Wow,
Christmas,
what's
Fred.
that little ear rapey sound
Merry
that I keep
Christmas,
hearing?
Uncle.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Ebenezer
That'll be the
Scrooge.
radio show.
No.
Late that evening, Scrooge went upstairs to his room, the room where Jacob Marley used to stay. It was dark in the little hall, and when
And he
Scrooge
decided
reached
to
the
Scrooge
door,
himself.
He looked up at the big
Yeah.
brass knocker and saw
Marley's
cow.
wife.
I
No.
could have sworn
Marley's
that was
wife's
old
tits.
Jake's
Loose
face
cow.
on the knocker. I must be working too hard.
So in he went. A little shaky after seeing Jake Marley's face, but he just passed it off his nerves. He closed the door and locked it, then went over and sat down in front of the fireplace. He got a fire going and started to relax. But every tile around the fireplace started looking like Jake Marley's face.
Oh, now, come on, Abe, old boy. You got to get hold of yourself. This is ridiculous. And I haven't
start
touched a drop
stroking.
in weeks.
He got up and walked around the room a few times, then went back and sat down again. He stretched, rested his head
All
on the
right,
chair.
be careful shoveling. You know,
And
there's
somewhere
always a
bells
little errant
started
patch of
chiming.
ice somewhere, Green
Scrooge
Badger.
sat
Have a good
down in
one.
his
Merry
chair.
Christmas.
Damn straight.
He heard
Rock
Yeah,
on.
Merry Christmas, Green.
something from downstairs.
What the? Oh, now, what is that? What's going on? Who's that? Come on, who's out there?
Then all of a sudden it came right through the wall.
Affleck!
Marley! Jake Marley. Oh, no. I got to stop eating lobster. Oh, it couldn't be. Hey, what's with you? Who are you?
Jake Marley. Who else?
You're
Jake
dead.
Marley.
The deadest. But nevertheless,
The
Jake
deadest.
Marley.
Like, there's a deader and a
You're very
deadest.
sharp today, Scrooge, old boy.
I don't
He
believe
was shot twice.
You got eyes, ain't you?
Yeah, and I got a bad stomach, too. That's who you are. Nothing but a bad case of indigestion.
Now, leave me to
Don't
my
think
shits.
I'm a ghost, huh? Okay, maybe a good scare will change your mind.
Who?
Oh, no. Stay with me, I believe you.
Sold on the idea?
Yeah, but why do you got to come to see me?
Regulations. Every man is supposed to live his life and help his buddies. If he don't do it while he's alive, then he's got to do it after.
There's a lot of that going on right
What if he ain't
now,
got
Frats.
fucking
People
buddies?
coming through the walls.
What's with all those chains and things you got wrapped around you?
Oh, these?
Ah,
if
that's
his
just
chain is
later
like
for my
life,
date with Matilda.
Each one of these links is something I did wrong.
But why do you have to hold it around with you? Why don't you check it someplace?
Scrooge, old boy, when we was in business together, I never took time out to do any good. I just kept making a buck and figured that was enough. Well,
Yes,
now
it is.
I got to pay for it. I got to haul it.
Well, you got to pay for it. You've got a lot of money you made in life.
All the things
Yeah.
I didn't do.
Well, see, this
when I
is
was
my problem with
Why
this
come to
story.
me?
Because
Really,
you're
at this
gonna
point,
end
we're
up
looking
just
at the
like
beginning
me, unless
of
we
the
do
end of
something in a hurry.
Scrooge's sound financial
now, I
policy.
haven't got much time, so you better listen.
No, I don't want to be like you. I'll listen.
Okay, you're going to have 3 visitors. You're going to be haunted by 3 spirits.
Oh, no.
It's the only
Oh, yes!
way you can keep from being like me.
Got some cooking
when you
sherry.
hear that bell strike 1, the first one will be here.
Oh, well,
I
thanks.
got to be going. You won't
Thanks for
see
that
me
bit
again,
of
but
convenience.
You remember what I told
Yeah.
you.
Hey.
So long, Scrooge, old boy. Your goosebumps can relax.
Merry Christmas to all. I hope I never see again of you as long as I live, for crying out loud.
You're not gonna live very long.
Scrooge just refused to believe it.
Nuts. It's ridiculous. Humbug.
Then he climbed into the sack and was soon snoring up a storm.
That doesn't sound like snoring.
Mommy.
Dark, and the bell from the church on 53rd Street was striking 12. He laid awake listening and thinking to himself.
Just a dream. Ghosts. Bah.
Finally, he
Humbug.
dropped off again and slept for about an hour. Then the big bell struck 1.
1 o'clock.
Ow!
I don't see no ghost. I knew it was something I ate.
What? Why you strike me, Bell? Why you
All of a
strike
sudden,
me?
a big light flashed in the room. The first of the spirits stood before
Dun,
him.
That
dun,
damn
dun,
light out of my
dun,
face.
dun.
Are you the first spirit that Jake said would come to haunt me?
No, I'm Flash Gordon.
No, I'm the fucking taxi
Who
driver.
are you?
Me? I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
see?
long past?
You're past. Come on, we're gonna take a walk.
Oh, I'm
Where we
past
going?
tense.
Just relax.
Come
I'm
on.
running this.
We're gonna take
Let
a
me get my
walk.
pants.
You got him.
Yeah, you don't
they're
need
on me.
pants where we're going there, fella. It's a special outing out on my houseboat. Yeah.
Yeah, here,
With
put
that,
this
the
dress
ghost of
on.
Christmas past grabbed Scrooge of the hand, and they both flew out
Now,
of the window.
come with me, little Bo
Scrooge
Peep.
nearly lost his upper
I mean,
lip.
Mr.
But
Scrooge.
before he could yell for help, he was standing in front of a dirty, ramshackle old tenement building.
You know where you are?
Sure, I know where I
This,
am. This
this
where
is
I
the
was brought
first
up.
place my mother worked
Even
as a
the
whore.
Garbage cans are the same.
You had a pretty tough time when you were a kid, didn't you?
The toughest. I wasn't very big, and the rest of the kids in the neighborhood were. I had more black eyes than a crow.
You want to go in?
What for?
To see your folks.
My folks died a long time ago.
You can
They're in
spy
the
on
In a
them while they
galaxy
screw.
far, far away.
If you watch closely, you can watch them fuck out
Well,
another
the ghost
kid.
took old Scrooge into the building and showed him a Christmas years past, when he was a child of this family. Sure, it was tough living in 2 little rooms like that. But Scrooge
Good point,
was
Eric.
wonderful, it really was.
So
This
sad.
recording is so old that the ghost of Christmas yet to come is double dipping as Christmas past.
You were pretty lonely when your folks, when they...
Yeah.
Dialogue, Coach.
There was a
Enter.
young kid that came around.
I think that was actually
Sang
deliberate.
some carols.
To add a bit of emotion.
what do you wish?
Oh, nothing.
I wish I'd never
wanna
been in
show you
this
another-
fucking show.
The spirit showed him another Christmas and still another. And you know, no matter how tough Scrooge remembered his childhood had been, it always seemed that Christmas was wonderful.
Oh,
then the
sure.
spirit took him to a building down
It was all
the
the
river
drugs.
where Scrooge got his first job. They went inside and
Because
seated behind
Dickens
the desk,
was a fucking
Scrooge
socialist.
spotted
Fezziwig. Well, I'll be darned.
Fezziwig.
Old Fezziwig alive again. And there's
Yeah,
Dick
that's what I
Little.
used to name my dickwig.
Alone great. He liked me.
Okay, everybody.
It's either that or
Christmas
pubic
Eve.
patch.
You can knock off and have yourself a good time. You better lock up, Dick.
Sure, right away, Mr. Fezziwig.
And don't look so unhappy, Ebenezer. It's Christmas. Come on home with me and tear into a big turkey.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Ready, Ebenezer? Yes, sir.
Apparently, Article said he preferred Blair White as a bullshit Christmas past.
Meanwhile, Fezziwig is bent over a bar and his wrists are cuffed to his ankles.
Then the spirit took Scrooge over to Fezziwig's house, and they saw the wonderful party that Mrs. Fezziwig had gotten together. Scrooge watched and remembered, and the spirit said,
And he learned all about how babies are made.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you something.
Well, actually, he didn't, because babies ain't made from two men doing the dirty.
What, Scrooge?
And Mrs. Fezziwig was there, though.
About Bob Cratchit, who works for
Taking photographs.
I think I'd like to do something for him. You know,
Or
he's
to
got a
him,
wife
you
and 4
fruit
kids.
loop.
4 kids.
No, something for him. He's going to fuck his wife.
These things if you want to get squared away. Then believe me, brother, you need squaring away. Let's go.
Ooh, he needs squaring
Sit
away.
the-
Dun dun
Before he knew
dun.
it, Scrooge was back in his little room, and the spirit was gone. Scrooge was pretty beat, and he climbed
Hello
into bed
again.
and dropped into a heavy sleep.
Until the second ghost came around and scared the shit out of him, and then he had to get up and change his underwear.
We're kind of doing old-time radio things.
Yeah, we're live.
It's 2 o'clock.
Well, Mitch is really nearly dead, like, but, you know.
In the other room, I got
I'm
burglars.
trying.
Oh, okay. Maddie and
Who's that?
everyone here.
What are you doing in the other room?
Very Merry Christmas. I will
You
be
too.
leaving.
Yes,
you too,
you
Just wanted
Carlos.
to say that.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah.
Someone's been drinking.
What is this?
Not
What have
enough.
you done to the room?
Not enough.
Not enough for this spring.
How'd you get it in
Oh,
here?
that one. I'm gonna stay for that.
Pete's sake,
If
it's
I
a
can,
Christmas tree.
if I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Who are you? The ghost of
So what are we?
If you want to watch what we're watching, go into the old time radio suggestions and scroll up to the Together Tube link, because we're listening to Richard Diamond right now.
Believe me, the next time I try the train.
Well, kind of listening to him.
Yeah, but my brain will blow up if I see if I talk and then I hear my voice again and I can't.
Bright-colored lights. People
Everyone that's watching the stream, Merry Christmas to you guys. I will be leaving. I just have to say Merry Christmas to Maddie. She was the last one, I think. And so, dear sweet Maddie, many beautiful Christmas. What's left of you guys still aren't early. We finished our Eve, so tomorrow we have more dinner, more
food.
So, cheers, guys.
Yep.
Cheers.
Best
Take care of
wishes to
yourself,
you, Carlos.
Carlos. Yep.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Eat, drink, and remarry.
Yeah, eat, drink, and do Mary.
Yeah.
Well, I was making rather merry last night.
Really?
Well, yeah. All right, let's continue.
Last summer. Pretty sick little boy. I know. Bob said
Yeah.
he'd need a lot of care if
Yeah.
he was ever going to walk again. Let's take a peek.
He's also need a pair of legs.
Hi.
Hello, honey. You and Tim have a good time?
Best. Didn't we, Tim?
Yeah, Dad. We watched all
That's
the
right,
kids on the
Dad
block
bought
on
us
the
some
sled.
Hillsdale anal lube.
Mom, will I ever be able to...
And we went to see this hooker lady.
Tim, won't he, dear?
Sure thing, Roughneck. Next Christmas you'll be out there doing belly whoppers with the rest of them.
Belly whoppers.
What's the matter? Your eyes are...
Oh, is that what they used to call fat chicks back then?
That's what you
No.
mean? I'm just not getting it up anymore.
Well, I think it's what we should call fat chicks now. Belly whoppers.
Oh, that's okay, Mom. I like stew. Bob, will you please say grace? Can I say something?
Grace.
Of course, Tim. What would you like to say? God bless us.
Fuck off.
Everyone.
And it's the attitude like that.
That line is needlessly redundant. The everyone part is very much covered with the word us.
Tell me something.
Hmm?
Sure, if I can. What about
Tiny Tim?
Can't say for sure. But if his old man makes enough money next year to get the right
Oh,
doctors...
well, he got bit by this dead guy, and in a few days he's gonna fall dead and rise from the grave and eat his
Tell
parents.
you what, get Tiny
Now
Tim
the
a
spirit
job
of
in a
Christmas
lab, and maybe
present
he'll
took
get bitten
Scrooge
by a
to many
radioactive
places.
spider.
Showed him a lot of happiness and a lot of misery.
Spider-Man
then
crossover,
he'll-
folks.
So then he'll be a cripple.
Hi,
with leukemia.
Jacob.
Good night,
I
Jacob.
don't know whether I can take much more of
Is
this.
that what you're saying, Mitch?
What?
You want Tiny Tim to become a cripple with leukemia?
Yeah.
You
I mean, if
cruel
we're gonna
bastard.
update the story, let's update the story.
Yeah.
Then the new ghost drifted in. This was the worst yet. He was really done up for
His
harm.
name was Bill.
He was all dressed in black with one arm sticking out and pointing right at poor old Scrooge. This
That
was the
wasn't
last
his arm.
one of the spirits. Scrooge's knees sounded like castanets on a reducing machine.
Okay, you don't have to tell me. You're the ghost of
Seven-legged
Christmas that hasn't
Spider-Man.
come yet. You, I'm really scared of.
The ghost took off
You
to
remind me
Scrooge
of my
after him.
ex-wife.
The city disappeared, and Scrooge found himself in the outskirts of town, standing in the graveyard. The night was howling like it was mad. And as Scrooge looked down, he saw...
Howl.
What's this?
Howl.
What's this stone?
The black spirit stood still and pointed, so Scrooge leaned down and pulled away the bushes, and saw it was a tombstone.
Well, there's a name here. Ebenezer...
Imagine that, a tombstone in a graveyard.
No,
Yeah.
look, not this. Believe me,
Captain
I don't want
Observant
this.
enjoys
I know I've done
Christmas.
wrong, but I'm not
You
I
could
really
also
know what
find a
Christmas
gravestone
means.
in a chimneyard, I
It doesn't mean
suppose.
just today or tomorrow. It's every day.
Yeah.
Every day of your life. I
Or in
swear
Arizona.
I'll do better. Only take me away from this. Let me try. Let me try to make Christmas right for me and everybody else. Please don't let this happen. Give me another chance. Well,
No.
don't just stand there. Put your arm back in. You'll catch cold. Well,
That's not my arm.
say something.
Suddenly Scrooge dropped to his knees and reached out for the spirit, but something happened. The spirit started to shrink. Then it
Moist.
collapsed.
This is
When
where it
Scrooge
happened.
looked up.
What the? My bedpost. My
And
own
this is where
bedpost.
Scrooge became a
I'm
democratic socialist.
Oh,
Yep.
thank goodness. I lived the past and the present and the future, and now I'm home. Hallelujah. Spirits, wherever you are, believe me. From now on, things are going to be different.
I've been scared
Yes.
straight.
And
Yes, I'm going to surround myself with the Ghostbusters.
I was crooked, but they scared me straight.
See,
Hey,
it
boy.
bothers me.
what day is this?
It's goddamn Christmas.
Christmas.
Well, what you trying to sell fucking newspapers for on Christmas Day, you
I missed
bastard?
it. The spooks did it all in one night. Boy,
Yeah? Oh, it's you, Mr. Scrooge.
how many papers have you got?
Oh, it's you, Mr. Scrooge.
Well, here's $5. Throw them away and go have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Scrooge. And a Merry Christmas to
Now I can afford my mother
Hey,
the
boy,
hooker.
say that again.
Thanks?
No, the other.
You mean Merry Christmas?
Yeah, that's it. Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, no, it's everything. Everybody's happy. It's a big party. And
I want to kill myself.
And there's titty tassels and everything. Oh, give me the eggnog and the drinks. And the people get drunk
sounds
and
like-
pass out. And I'm touching my friend's wife. And I'm having a
Merry
good
Christmas,
time.
Barney.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, you been drinking?
Not a drop.
You've been drinking?
What's the matter with you? Ain't you going to wish me a Merry Christmas?
Sure. Come on in.
How much is it gonna cost me?
But I got a bottle in the back.
Well, what the fuck's the wife upstairs with the mother for? What are they doing?
But you could still sell me a turkey.
Why can I hear bed springs?
I don't know.
You got a couple, they'll just go to waste.
What do you want a turkey for? You've been eating at the automat every Christmas for the last 7 years.
Oh, it's not for me. But nevertheless, I have been invited to my nephew Fred's house for a Christmas dinner.
Well, then who's the bird for?
Bob Cratchit. You know, the young guy that works for me.
Oh,
Yes, I think he looks better
How
looking
much
than
you
his
gonna
wife.
Charge him?
Here's $20. That ought to be enough for the bird.
No. It ain't worth that much. You sure you ain't been into something?
Well, if it's too much, give the rest to your kid.
Just some
Have him
cocaine
deliver the
and
turkey to
some
Cratchit's
marijuana
house.
laced
Here's
with
the address,
heroin.
And don't tell Cratchit who sent the thing, okay?
Yes, especially don't tell anybody
Merry
who's just put the
Christmas,
bomb in it.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Suicide turkey bomb.
Hello, Crookbar!
Well, old Scrooge went back to his rooms and took out an old blue suit out of the mothballs. He shook it out, put a few creases in it, went out into the street.
Yeah, smelling like
The old boy was
mothballs.
really with it.
Boy, mothballs
Everybody he
smell.
passed, he
greeted them with Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Fuck off, you old bastard!
Oh, mother of God.
Merry Christmas.
Scrooge went to church and gave a large
It's
donation, and Father McCarthy...
July! Why are you shouting Merry Christmas, you
Scrooge went out on
mad
the street
bastard?
again and down into the Bowery.
Oh no, oh no. Let's not do this.
The Batmobile has lost the wheel and Gordon's off his head.
Later that afternoon, he arrived at his nephew's house.
Ding dong, Avon calling. Oh.
Well, what the... Merry Christmas, Fred. I've come to dinner.
Oh, my gosh.
Here, I brought you some presents.
Oh, my...
Wine?
Don't thank me. It's Christmas,
Crack?
remember? Oh, my gosh.
Oh my gosh, is this my uncle or has he been replaced by a pod person? Film at 11.
Why are you giving us Christmas presents in July?
Bob was a good 21 minutes late.
Cratchit? Oh, no. You're 21 minutes late.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Exactly,
Mr. Scrooge.
Ericor.
I had a big evening last night.
You did, huh? You know what I told you if I caught you fancy footing it in here late again.
Okay, so I'm canned.
You think you got it coming?
Oh, I'm too tired to argue.
I
Mr.
think my
Scrooge.
wife
Jobs
does.
are tough enough, and I hate to lose this one, but I'm just too tired.
A raise would help, huh?
That's the silliest question of the year.
Then you got it. It's in that envelope.
What?
Yeah, and maybe after we see how the funds are, we can do something about Tiny Tim.
No, I don't get it. A raise?
You want
No.
Sure you
No.
do, Bob. Haven't you
What we're
heard?
going to do about Tiny Tim is I'm going to hire a hitman.
Go on home, take the day off. Take the week off. Come back when you feel
Good
like
plan.
it. Merry Christmas.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yeah?
Merry Christmas.
And Scrooge really did it. He was as good as his word, better even. He made it the merriest Christmas ever. And later, things got better, and he took care of Tiny Tim. And sure enough,
Click,
Tim was out
bang.
on the bed the next Christmas, doing
They
belly
took care of
whoppers
Tiny
like this.
Tim behind the dumpster.
Every Christmas thereafter, all along the big street,
Yeah,
it was said,
and then a bullet to the
if
head.
anyone knew how to make Christmas merry, old Ebenezer Scrooge was that one.
And I hope
I
that
don't
can
like
really
this
be said
story.
about all of us. Just like Tiny Tim said.
That's because you don't have the
Everyone.
Christmas
That's
spirit.
right, Tim.
You're goddamn right I
God
don't.
bless us. Everyone.
No, don't do it, ladies. No, you people need to shut up. Bless you right in the mouth.
Tell the truth, Mitch. You loved it. It brought a tear to your eye.
Oh yeah, I'm just a
Oh, you really
fucking
like it, baby?
sloppy emotional mess over here.
All right,
the
here we go.
migraine to your head.
I'm looking up something that will cleanse the palate of the bah humbugs.
No, the story bothers me because Scrooge starts off with a sound financial policy. You know, has something weird to eat or drink or some damn shit. Basically, he gets visited by the Democrats in the dead of night. Then his financial policy goes straight to hell. And not only that, it happens so easily, which indicates that he utterly lacks the courage of his convictions. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's a fucking beta male story from beginning to end.
It's worse than that. What it's saying is it can happen to anyone.
He's fucking limp.
All right, here we go. I'm going to come up with something
Oh,
that everybody's
Jacob,
gonna
you know
like.
I'm right.
All right, here we go. And doing a search. Oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to see this one.
Right, the worst thing is, Mitch, I think he also joined Antifa.
Oh,
I
God.
wouldn't be surprised.
All right, let's see
You know,
if that
he
actually
spent
shows
the last
up.
of his money on like a bike lock.
All right, and now for a very un-Christmas way to end it, but you always got to end it with some sort of superhero. The Green Hornet.
Oh, the Green Hornet!
The Green Hornet.
Oh my God, we need one that sounds a little bit better than this.
What's that buzzing sound? That's not a hornet. That's
Let's
a
see if this
fly.
was a little bit louder. Let me see. I'm trying to find one that's a little bit better in quality.
The Green Hornet.
Oh God, I don't think we will. Jesus, what's that buzzing sound?
Got you, bastard.
Turns out the Green Hornet can be stopped by a can of Raid.
The Green Hornet.
That's a little louder.
He hunts the biggest biggest of all games.
Okay, maybe not.
That's just odds. This is not making Christmas any better.
Nope.
Okay, here we go.
You know, it would have been better if they did Saber Dance.
Right?
I think it would have been better if they did On the Good Shit Lollipop. It would totally confuse the audience.
Okay, let's see if that's any better.
I doubt it.
The Green Hornet.
Yes?
No, it's clearer! The Ghost Who Talked Too Much, May 30th, 1939.
Hey, Mitch, it's on about you.
I'm not the Ghost.
Yeah, we'll be in a minute.
Merry Christmas, Jacob.
Merry Jacobness, Chris. I mean, Christmas, Jacob. So, the Green Hornet.
Hey, I like this piece of music.
the flight of the bumblebee.
Yeah.
And I can see Maddy's arm dancing to it. Maddy, if you're gonna dance, turn your camera on yourself.
No.
Chicken.
Yep.
No, Hornet. The green chicken.
Hey, let's see you put the
It just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Nope. No.
Is this going to be like a half hour of theme music?
No.
Hey, there's the thing, Mitch.
Can you tell them that?
The Green Hornet, that's a good name for a superhero stroke villain. The green chicken is something you throw out after Christmas.
Actually, Mariel, the Green Hornet does make that buzzing sound as he goes about.
Well, apparently
it's this
now,
version of Superman's glasses.
now in the comics, Kato is the Green Hornet.
Lovely.
Yeah, they've gone all SJW.
What else is new?
The adventure of the Ghost Who Talked to.
Not the adventure, but the adventurer.
Yeah.
Depicted in this drama are fictitious. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Jacob, it isn't that good.
See, there he goes again.
Is it me? Or does that sound like a tiny version of like a Spitfire?
It sounds like a bumblebee under a sink.
Eric Core, that buzzing isn't his wings, though he has a flatulence problem. But it's something of a tight ass.
I would be happier, Myra, if it wasn't that I'm worried about
God.
I don't want you to go hungry.
I don't want you to go hungry.
Actually, technically, that's not right, Jacob. The Shadow assumed the identity of Lamont Cranston and forced Lamont Cranston to leave town, otherwise he would kill him. I'm talking
Green Hornet
like
is
this.
Britt Reed.
I'm talking like this because I'm bored.
I am afraid I have lost contact with you, Mrs. Burley.
That was the ghosty voice. It's got to be slow like that.
Call him back. Call him back, Roger.
Call him back. I need to talk to the ghost again because I miss him and I have to screw him because I'm going to wear lingerie and I need him to visit me. Oh.
I like ghosts. I wanted to put the bunnies on me.
A man named Abbott.
She just wants a nice tall glass of ectoplasm.
No, you got it wrong.
An appointment?
That's the Green Hornet,
Have you
Jacob.
met him before?
No, it isn't.
Very well. Please come at 3 tomorrow.
No, the Green Hornet is Britt Reed.
Thank you. Goodbye.
He's like the great nephew of the Lone Ranger.
Abbott in his office now, young lady.
What's his fault?
John Reed.
It is
Not
time
John
for the
Reed.
daily reading.
Of course, Roger. Please go right in. He's waiting for you.
He's
God
waiting
damn it,
for
what was
him.
the Lone Ranger's first name?
Don't
Fred.
remember.
Roger. The time has come, my friend, for a study of your day's horoscope.
I can hear Mitch typing furiously.
It's because he's looking it up. It's bugging him.
How is business?
It is.
Good. Since you moved into that swank headquarters.
It's amazing.
That's
isn't it?
swank headquarters because it's swank.
Who was that masked man? I don't know. He's wearing a fucking mask.
I made sure they had dough before I went after them. Good going. I'm branching out some more, Abbott.
I'm putting a girl in to do nothing but check on the death notices and adding another woman to the sales force.
Sales force?
Of course. After I've learned considerable about a certain widow, she has to be sold on the idea of coming to me for an interview and a sitting, doesn't she?
Well,
The masked swanker.
Yep. You're all right. Furthermore, Abbott, we're not going to be quite so barefaced in taking their cash for wildcat stock.
Barefaced. What do you mean by
that? Precisely what I said. We're going to run this office of yours more along the lines of a dignified brokerage house and actually make some legitimate investments.
As opposed to
for
what, a
some of these
brothel?
people. We can run a lot less risk with the law and still make a big thing of the business.
Now, look here, Roger. Suppose you run your crystal gazing emporium and let me run this investment office.
As long as you run it along the lines I consider intelligent, you may run it. Otherwise, I will interfere.
But I'm...
I pulled a minion. What?
Yeah, it was John Reed, Mitch.
It was John Reed?
All right.
Yeah.
Now, how much have you taken in since yesterday?
Mrs. Wilder came in with $5,000 to invest.
What did you do with it?
Sold us some
I invested it. What else do you do with money people give you to invest?
You won't know that.
I blew it on hookers and blow.
Yep.
Damn, I didn't know Baring was in this episode.
Abbott, you are a fool to try and double-cross me. What do you mean? Do you think I have so many facilities for gathering data without using them for the most important angle of my business? You seem to forget a matter of
internet porn?
You took from a woman named
Damn, you suspected me. I did internet porn almost a century before it was invented.
This is the 40s or 50s, so we're talking a peep show. Ooh.
No, he was a man well ahead of his time.
Oh, right.
No, they had the internet. It was just powered by vacuum tubes.
Oh, look at that. Ronan's asleep with that doggy. God, I wish I could creep into that room with a pin and a balloon.
You might get your face chewed off, and never mind what the dog will do to you.
I knew you were going to say that.
I shot a picture of this Roger at the Hotel Continental affair.
We haven't heard our favorite Scott person yet. Totally mispronounced Hornet.
See? That Felucca has such a dark complexion that he shows white on the negative. Now, ain't that something? Who is the bird, anyway, Clicker? Oh, Roger something or other. I didn't cover the story, just took a couple of shots of him. He's the new rage of the society dame. What's he do, look into a crystal or something? Oh, he does all the tricks. Crystal reading, spirit tapping, table tilting. I was talking to a couple of dames over
Cunt funneling.
and they claim he brought back the spirit.
Don't ask, I don't know what it means.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me. Boy, would I like to try to get a photograph of one of those spirits.
Afternoon, Miss Kay. Oh, hello, Miss Bennett.
I got something you could photograph and take and share with your friends.
Yes. Yes, and if you believe me, you will have the willies put up you.
Roger.
The girls were talking about him last evening.
I tell you, that guy's a sensation. He's got everybody talking about him.
He also has a good press agent. Hammered with us from the time he first showed up in town. There's not enough stuff in the office here to fill half a dozen of Gunnigan's wastebasket.
No wonder I'd never seen any of it.
Gunnigan is allergic to fakers, fakes, and racketeers.
And press agents. No wonder
And
the stories
tap
on the Roger
dancers.
didn't get by him. He probably thought you might let one of them see print.
Suppose this Roger really has something on the ball?
He's got just enough on the ball to make himself a fortune.
He's also got a wife called Jessica.
No ghosts.
I'm surprised that the law doesn't step on a man like that.
I don't know why the law
She's not
should.
bad, she's just drawn that way.
Money under false pretenses.
Yes, but Mr. Reed, he really does give people some comfort. Don't you think so?
Comfort?
Maybe there's something to that, Mr. Reed. I hadn't thought of that angle. If it
This
gives
is
me
giving me
any comfort
gas.
to think she's here with her spotted husband, well, it's surely worth whatever Roger charges.
Unless he goes beyond that.
What do you mean by that?
I've heard of men like that aren't satisfied with the fees they charge. They suggest investments for people and use that as a means of robbery. However, we have a newspaper to run.
Look here, Mr. Reed.
Yes?
I'd give a week's pay for the chance to take some pictures at one of those seances.
You'd give a week's pay.
Boy, that would be something new. Why not let me sign up?
Yeah, you're giving a week's pay to be able to write a story would be something new.
Maybe if the ghost appears, I can get a picture of him. Picture of a ghost? Wouldn't that be something?
Miss Benny.
Huh?
Daily Sentinel couldn't endorse such an unethical proceeding.
That's what I was afraid of.
I'll be in my office, Miss Case, if anyone calls.
Very well.
And, by the way, if someone should happen to already have a good picture of the ghost, taken at a seance, I'd be interested in seeing it.
Well, I do have a picture of my sex life. Does that count?
Are you trying to say your sex life is ghosted, Mitch?
Look here,
Yeah.
I'm saying it's non-corporeal.
Ah, okay.
I'll be
No,
around
what he
by the next
isn't
couple
telling
of
you,
days.
though, is it's on microfilm and it's actual size.
I could say it lacks substance.
Hey, Lowry. This way, fella. I want.
What you're saying is it's pretty much like mine. It's a work of fiction.
Yep.
I need cooperation, and you're the guy to
But
give
what
it
a
to.
work of fiction it is.
Oh yeah.
Down the edge of the desk or someplace. I gotta make a call. Look through that drawer, will you?
For what?
See if you can find that small camera of mine, the Leica.
I think my autobiography will be titled "The Adventures of the Man with the Little Dick."
Does it ever occur to you that you could clean out this drawer sometimes and make things easier for yourself?
Careful you don't break any of those screws.
Hey, Scott, how do you know what's in here?
On a good day, I'm hung like a AAA battery.
Where are you going?
We're going to a spiritualistic seance, Lowry, and get a picture of a ghost.
But it hurts when they try to put it in a remote control.
Have you gone screwy?
Close the door now. I'm going to try to horn in on one of the meetings this Roger has in that new swanky apartment of his.
A new swanky apartment. There's that word again. Swanky.
A bunch of swankers, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
I could use some swank.
It's a swanky club.
Right, you just nip off to the toilet with some marigolds and tissues, and you have yourself a swank.
Ooh, toilet. Actually, I have another use for the toilet at the moment.
So if it's a swankers club, do they walk in and put their car keys in a bowl? No, wait a minute. That's the wrong party.
Yep.
Never
I'd
mind.
like to know if it's possible for me to attend one of his meetings. One of the seances, you know.
One of these seances.
Blame.
So we can actually see him stage this bullshit because reasons.
Soft music came from an unseen source in the velvet draped room where Roger
Nah. Okay, well, you said unseen source, not unknown. Okay, never mind.
luxurious furniture and
Yes, music came from an unheard place.
awaited the appearance of the Roger himself.
Yes, I saw that farce of a movie.
Sat Piccadilly,
I like the shadow.
I like, yeah, you know, I've never really read any of the comic books, so to me it was very, very entertaining, but there were some parts that could have been done a little better.
Yeah. I mean, the casting was right, apart from the Miss Lane bint, who was supposed to be really good looking, and they got somebody who was anything but.
Yeah. I like the effects that they used to make him look like the Shadow.
Yeah.
Sort of makes you wonder if they went back and listened to some of the old-time radio shows of the Shadow and saw some old pictures and went, okay, we need to make him look like that.
I think they probably did. But as usual, what you call him, Tim Curry stole the film, especially when he went insane.
Yeah. The casting was right, except for the entire film. Thrax.
And then the room was dark.
No, I'm not.
A man and woman stood with many yards of cheesecloth draped about them.
You take that back, Jacob.
I must ask that all of you remain absolutely silent and concentrate on the hope of seeing one who was dearly beloved by you in life.
Nearly beloved by you and not nearly, not completely beloved, just nearly beloved.
Come close to the borderline.
That means they almost loved him, but not quite.
Yeah.
In body.
Imagine that wedding. Nearly beloved, we are gathered here today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's bad, but it would be worse if it was merely beloved.
Do you imagine the seating in the cathedral? Said, okay, those that actually love the people on this side, those that are nearly beloved sit over here. Those that hate his guts sit in the back.
Yeah, those who just wanted it because it's cold outside.
Right.
Time to go out first tonight, James.
I wonder if he's going to call you Daddy this time.
Not so loud. Where's the megaphone?
Not so loud, but he's.
Where's the megaphone? Okay.
Right.
There's I've got a bit of cognitive dissonance there.
Here we go, Thrax, nearly beloved. We are kind of sort of gathered here today.
Yes, I have, Jacob.
Vaguely interested. We've shown up.
Yeah.
The end.
We're here just to see the.
Wake up.
We're just here to see what calamity befalls, during the wedding, because something always goes wrong.
Yep. Have your video cameras ready and prepare to upload to YouTube.
Right.
Someone from the hereafter is calling for attention. Come, give me your name.
Come.
There's one good thing the Flash did in the Justice League movie. He's trying to sign his name on the book to see his father in prison. And there's this guy behind him being a dick. And so he uses super speed and then writes his name in the book, hands a pen to the guy, who now has a mustache and glasses drawn on his face. and a brain surgery scar.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this disturbance? This is profane. This is unheard of.
This is unheard of! In a seance! It's unheard of! Nope! There we go.
Oh, it's a fucking bloody bee again! It's the Green Hornet!
It's the Green Hornet!
The curtain falls on the first act of our Green Hornet adventure. Before the next exciting...
Oh no, the Green Hornet adventure.
Just a few moments.
I've got to overpronounce everything I say.
Because I have to enunciate properly. Or over-enunciate improperly, as the case may be.
Over-enunciate. Badly.
Right. Yep, Thrax. Yep, I shall over-enunciate because they told me I needed to make sure everybody understood what I was saying.
Apparently, back in the golden days of radio, Maddie, there's this guy, and he just got the job as a radio announcer for the BBC, and you've got to get everything right the first time. Right. He's on, and he's nervous as hell, and he's got to announce this piece of music which is playing now. He rehearsed it. When he actually gets to announce it, he's so nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, and here is the bum of the flight will be. He got the sack.
Oh, why bother with Sam Raimi's version of The Shadow when you can watch Darkman?
Oh, that was a good one.
Darkman's version of The Shadow, right. Which one? The first one or the ones where the mummy took over?
The
first one.
The first. Reed came to his office. Ed Lowry was there before him.
The girl got a beautiful shot, boss. It shows that fake up to her fairly well. Good enough, Lowry. We can use that photo in a Sunday supplement in a few weeks. I'm planning on a feature story dealing with these racketeers in gold. Well, I can contribute. How's that? Well, I can contribute. There have been a lot of cases where women have been told by the crook they thought to be the spirit of their dear departed to go and sink their cash into phony stocks and bonds. Where did you get that? Police headquarters. They've had complaints on Raja. They have? Yeah.
Yeah, see? They've had complaints on him,
see? A man named Abbott. That's the guy. He sold them stocks that weren't worth a hoot. That's what the cops were told. But the
weren't
law
worth a
can't
hoot.
prove a thing. I know it. Yeah, perhaps an expose in the Sentinel would do some good. That's what I had in mind, Lowry. Roger will sue if you mention him. Well, let him sue. And it won't get anywhere, boss. That's the tough part of it. He'll fold up and move to another city if things get too tough here. There's no way to get the goods on him, and less chance of linking Abbott up with him.
Unless.
Founded shame that this sort of thing can go on unchecked. You're telling me? Say the way Raja and Abbott worked the racket, it's almost...
Green Hornet.
Where's the picture, Miss Vinnie?
The Green Hornet!
Take a look at it. Hey, that is...
It's a hornet!
It's a hornet! It's not a hornet, it's a hornet.
Take that as evidence.
You put it on your head.
Yeah.
Keep your hair in place. And it's green.
So the law can't touch him. Hang it all, it's the old story. The law can't touch him.
The law
can't touch him. The
But
people
some
he
people
pissed
out
off
there.
can.
But my wife can.
Yeah.
The law couldn't get at Radha and his racket. But Britt had deeper plans when he arranged for the picture to be made.
He had deeper
Finding
plans.
in his apartment with
He's going
Cato,
deeper.
his faithful servant and
Because-
only living man
Yes,
known
he's
as
going
the
deeper
Green
with
Hornet.
Cato.
Cato shows me how the ghost of...
Oh, Master Green Hornet, what do you do? Ooh!
Study, I can get a pretty good idea of this man's face. It's
We go goggly-eyed.
And it all started because Kato bent over to pick up something he dropped.
Give the Raja the shock of
Well,
his
that's
life.
what Cato is telling everybody. But the thing he was picking up that he dropped with his pants.
Grace is going to have altogether too much to say. Now we've got to make some plans, some rather elaborate plans. Yes.
Some rather elaborate plans because you can fuck up simple ones, but elaborate ones are A-okay.
Wait their turn in. What about that?
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing can go wrong when you make an elaborate
The
one.
financial end. Yes, sir. I'm going to give him an invitation to the next seance. I wonder what he'll have to say. You won't dare say much in front of the guests. Neither will the Raja. But after the guests have gone,
Yeah, I'm going to put the woolies up him.
So I'm going to break and enter.
Several evenings later, an exceptionally fashionable group of people were in attendance at the seance.
Yeah, because, you know, not exceptionally fashionable people are not allowed at the seance because they don't have enough money to be fleeced with.
Have you seen all the new people that are here tonight?
I wouldn't know the new from the old.
We're getting the society trade now, Abbott. People with lots of money.
People with lots of money.
Can't hear me.
People with a little bit of money wouldn't be caught dead
What
there.
are you going to do here anyway?
Sit in.
Sort of unusual, isn't it?
Any objections?
Sit in what?
No objections, of course.
No objections to sit in
I
what?
just thought I'd see if you weren't trying a little double
Sit in a
cross on your own
bathtub?
hook.
Whatever gave you that?
No.
You've been mighty quick to suspect me.
I had sufficient reason.
No, you can sit on my face and tell me that you love me.
Sit down. I'm going to start in a couple of minutes.
Right. It should be worth watching, you fake.
Greer.
Ready for the music?
Yes, you may start the recording now.
Cue the music that nobody sees where it's coming
Now,
from.
Jane.
Yes.
Oh, he
Be
is.
the daughter of James Stillwell. He is in the group.
But I don't want to be the daughter of James Tidwell. I'm a man.
I'll go and start things.
How dare you assume his gender?
Pay one of these days.
I'm worried about that picture.
I dare anything.
He could be a female with a really deep voice.
Keep still. They can't hear it. That mask. Keep your voices down. You'll regret it.
That mask, the Hornet! You said it wrong. It's the Green Hornet.
Hornet.
You went out nicely, young lady. That's it. Stay right down here.
Did somebody just fart? It sounded like somebody farted on the radio show.
Hold on, did you get into this show?
Nope.
Very well. Hurry and get it set on that machine. Yes, sir. Work it out. Let me see. Oh, there's
As evidenced by the fact that I am not dying of air pollution, he has not farted the entire show.
We've got to handle things just right.
He's working on it. He's working on it. So, tell the truth, Maddy. Has he ever woken you up with a fart?
No.
I've woken myself up with a fart.
There seems to be a disturbing influence among us.
I've had to warn people not to fan the covers.
Mitch, there's a lot I could work into that, but I don't think I will.
Okay.
Hey, Abbott! Love you, Thrax. Mario, will you stop making fun of the Green Hairnet?
I'll take it off and we will.
Are you happy?
I do a really bad impersonation of a ghost.
Did you suffer, dear?
Yes.
Did you suffer, dear?
Quite a lot, because I was crushed by that lorry. Don't you remember, you stupid bint? You were driving it at the time.
Oh.
Yes, tell me.
Invest all your money.
Send it to Charlie Brown.
Talking to, yeah. Mr. Reed, Charlie Brown's teacher, is on the phone.
I remember the name. Vincent, tell me. Tell me a little more.
Wawa at me more, honey.
Tell me a little more.
My friends, do not break the spell. Someone whose name is Elizabeth.
That's my name.
One whose name is Elizabeth. I want to pork you in the afterlife.
Yes. Yes, my brother.
That's a funny way of putting it.
Does anyone pork anymore?
I don't know, it just sounded appropriate for the time.
It seems like that's one of the words that you sort of elevate out of with experience.
Yes,
I want to put my, what is it?
I want to stab you in the old girl parts with my chocolate sword.
When it started, I was porking her, but then we humped.
Yes, I want to stab you in the girl parts with my pork sword.
Elizabeth, I want to poke you with my heat-seeking moisture missile.
Leave me. I am not well.
And you know why? Because it's moist.
Yeah, moist.
No. Succulent moist.
Succulent.
Dirty double-crossing crook. It's a good thing I came here tonight.
Succulent.
There was something wrong. I don't know what happened to Greer.
I can tell you what happened to Greer.
Juicy.
You decided to play along with that Gurney Sanders firm, huh? I got the
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I said Gurney with a G.
You're the one that's crazy.
Of course, if I was going to go to a brokerage firm, I would not go to a brokerage firm named Gurney Sanders, because that's a little ominous in the name.
No doubt.
It's kind of like going to a lawyer whose last name is Shyster.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm not a blind fool, you know, Roger.
No.
Don't get the idea you can double-cross me.
All right, you blustering idiot. Just what do you propose to do?
I'm going to smash you.
Oh, no, you're
I'm
not.
going to
Yes,
smash
I'll be
you.
going to smash
Now
you.
turn around and bend over, because I brought the Hillsdale lube.
Shamelesses.
Well, let me tell you this. I know the law. and
I'm
I
going
plead
to
inside the
squeeze
law.
your
And
money.
that's more than you have done.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
What
it
the
is.
hell are you talking about
Open your
there,
mouth
fella?
and I'll send you to jail.
Squish
You can't
my
do it.
money?
Oh, yes, I can. There have
No, you
been
can't.
plenty of people who have gone to your place and bought worthless stock.
No, there
have
haven't.
been a lot of others that have bought stock from you and been told the stock went down.
No, there isn't.
Oh, the stock went down, did it? Ooh,
I
that's
happen to know
right.
that you never bought the stock at all.
You never bought the
just
stock.
took the dough. Well, don't get any foolish ideas about trying to make trouble for me.
You can't double-cross me and get away with it.
Yes, I can.
How do I know? Where is Greer?
You can't double cross a double crosser. That would be a quadruple cross, and that means you're doing things legally. Wait.
I'll go myself. Discussion a little later, Roger. I'm not through by any means.
No, that would just be triple cross.
Let's go through the place. Police, what's the meaning?
Oh, right, because that would be reversing the reversing of the reverse polarity.
I know nothing about the Green
Yep.
Hornet. Hiding out here someplace. I just got
In other words, he didn't do anything.
Right.
It's too bad he didn't do something about you two rats before he skipped out. He's probably gone by this time.
Whoever called you was mistaken.
By the look of it, Roland is playing his My Little Ponies game.
Nah, not for dead.
Here, Abbott?
I am reading his palm.
You think fast on your feet, don't you, Roger? Let's have a look behind that.
I think fast on your wife.
Maybe you've heard that a warrant is required before you can search a man's home.
Well, I'm gonna smash the thief later. I brought my lube.
Someone in there. Come on.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm going in dry. I've got my sand, and I'm so evil, I've got my sandpaper condoms. Bit of a masochist, double-sided.
Double-sided masochist tape.
Yep.
Let me go. Let me out of here. Oh, you don't. Not so fast.
Reading his palm and, seances with ghosts tracks. Because ghosts. Ooh.
You can't do it.
Yep.
You have no warrant.
And they're all going up Mrs. Hudson's back passage.
Who did it? Who did it?
Yes.
Hey, look over there. Those two on the floor. Holy mackerel. What's happened? It's Greer. Your helpers.
Wait, I heard a holy mackerel.
Greer wasn't the one who appeared.
We might get a Hornet after all.
That sounds like some sort of a fish flute.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that record so we don't lose
Definitely
that.
a fishy story.
And hey, holy cats, look at this.
Holy cats.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. I think he's going to say it. Hornet. Darn it.
Look what's on the record. The mark of the Green Hornet. There he goes, he's out.
It's the Green Hornet! I can hear it was outside.
The Hornet framed this whole thing.
It's the green scorecard.
Oh, yes, this will hold in court, Raja. And for once in his life, the Green Hornet's done a good turn for the police department.
Hornet. The Green Hornet's done a good turn for the police department. Because I have to over-accentuate my Scottish accent to make it sound absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be doing an Irish accent, man.
And then, well, yeah, Irish accent, and then I fucked it up halfway through, because I can't do it. It's a Hornet. It's a Green Hornet, and that's all I'm going to say. They're fucking a boot.
Stoop fucking a boot.
Fucking moo.
Thrax, the holy mackerel, the only fish to attain sainthood.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's always chased by the holy cat.
Right?
Oh shit, there's that buzz.
Yeah.
Check your microphone cables.
Alright, I am glad that all of you in the live chat showed up for this. Every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing 4 of these shows where we play 4 old-time radio shows and we heckle the living crap out of them. And we're going to be going back to our regular format next Sunday, in which we will be ending with The Shadow until we play it all the way through. Tomorrow, the Morning Brew will not air to give everybody time with their family or to pig out at buffets or whatever it is everybody prefers to do on Christmas. Just have a safe...
Meatballs.
Yep. So have a safe and happy and Merry Christmas. And I hope you get everything you asked for if you're, expecting things for Christmas. Giggity. And if not, and you find yourself at a buffet or a restaurant, make a frickin' pig out of yourself. Until next time, my friends, Take care, and I love you all, and thank you for the support.